Is it now recording?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was telling a story. I thought I was recording the whole time.
Oh shit. Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, retell it, man. Welcome, guys, back to the podcast. I'm just setting up the Spotify stream, so make sure to check us out there if you're tuning in through our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So,
but what I was saying was Skyfall. This has been my wine that I've been going to. It's a red wine, a Merlot. Yeah. So I don't know what that actually means, but it's there.
I think it's pronounced Marlowe.
Marlowe.
I think it's pronounced
It's
Marlowe.
an E-O. It's an M-E. M-E-R-L-O-T.
You know what I always like to do?
Huh.
Is go on Google
Oh, and see
and
the
then
pronunciation.
just the pronunciation.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
M-E-R-L-O-T.
L-O-T.
Yeah.
Pronunciation. See, I'm sure we're not the only ones that want to pronounce it. I'm sure there's some rich white estate owners that go like, how do you pronounce it?
Merlot.
It's Merlot.
Merlot.
Merlot. Did you say Merlot?
Yeah. You said Marlo.
Marlo. I said
Yeah,
Marlo.
the A.
I'm the fucking dumbass. I'm the
Merlot.
dumbass, man.
And
Merlot.
because I think it's French and makes the T silent, which is so fucking weird. I think that's how it goes. So something about like that.
Yeah.
Cause
It's kind of like how I treat my exes. Silent, so call me French.
Oh, hey.
So call me French.
Next time I ever hear that, I ghosted her. Oh, you must be French.
Damn. But, see, I'm trying to find something to put the microphone on, but I think we should be fine. I feel like it's going. I mean, it's catching all wavelengths.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
I
like.
usually talk forward. Should be talking this way more.
That's what I'm saying.
More like that way.
No, I think, like I said, I think we should be fine. There's really nothing. Like, it's gonna catch the voice. But we'll listen back to it. You know what I mean?
Producer, how is that? Sound
Yeah.
check it. Is it?
Can you?
Is it good? Oh, do we get a little bit? Just
Okay. Okay. I think.
all right. I told him she was good.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. It's been quite an eventful week. Not too shabby.
How so? What happened this week?
Writing a paper.
A full paper or just like a half a paper?
No, a whole essay. Oh shit! I'm over here. See, I got like an already mixed mead and fresca. I have my coffee. Life is a beautiful adventure, which I feel
not.
it was for a okay. it's like okay, which was convenient because like it's a pack of 3 for $1 at Dollar Tree or $1.50.
It's not Dollar Tree no more. It's a $1.50 tree.
I'm telling everyone this, you know, like start diversifying your investments when you see the Dollar Tree not be $1 anymore. It's time to run somewhere else.
I saw that they had like a bougie section too, like a $3, $4, $5.
Yeah, beyond $1.
Yeah, beyond $1.
It's kind of like
bougie.
Click.
That's oof.
You know what I mean? Bed, Bath and Beyond,
Yeah,
Beyond and Beyond, or
that's
some
what
shit
it
like
is.
that. But yeah, it's not even bougie. It's just a Dollar General.
Did I watch Click recently? I watched somebody react to watching Click.
Click is a funny
think I
ass
wanted to
movie.
watch
Click
that
is a
movie.
classic.
It is
I
a
feel like
great
Click is a classic. Well, like I had a little trouble like before going into the paper because it's just on a song, which is crazy to dissect a song. Just like a 7-minute song, but most of it is mainly instrumental. It's the lyrics that I was dissecting, but I had to dissect the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's fucking interesting the shit that I just pulled out. Not out of my ass either. Like straight medical shit, like what the frequencies, megahertz, all that shit.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, where I was getting at was Click is just a classic movie, and I think that's all I wanted to say.
It's a good tearjerker, man.
Totally forgot where the fuck I thought there. It's a tearjerker.
Yeah, it's so fucking sad.
At the
man.
end, maybe.
But the way he gets there now, he first was so happy to skip life, and then he got sad, and now he put his work life over his actual life, made it sadder and sadder until the very end. That it wasn't until he died that he realized.
Yeah, I feel like he was starting to realize as soon as Don went to therapy, and Donna's therapist
Yeah.
or like the marriage therapist is like, she's like, he's not talking. You're just there like
I'm on auto mode.
I'm on autopilot, more
I'm
like
on
auto
autopilot.
zombie. And then the therapist says, "Good one, Donna. Good one, Donna. Who the fuck is this guy?
You're a third person.
You're a third person, Michael. Relax. Like, oh. But then again, you gotta listen to your female. You gotta listen to your woman. You know what I mean?
Flavor, funky pop, fucking fab.
I'm sorry.
Fucking fab.
See,
No,
I
that's the
always
actual
congratulate my brothers about this month. It's Pride Month. My brothers came out, you know. It's
I try to go out
it's
there.
Fucking fab. It's fab. Fucking
fucking-
Christ,
and
bro.
that
You
is the
just
actual-
said fab.
That's the actual brand. That's
Yo,
what I said.
fag. Like
No,
that. You
I
said
said
it's
fab.
fab. Wait, this is the flavor? It's
Yeah.
fab? Oh, fucking fab.
Fab.
What the fuck? Dude, fucking
Wait, you
fab.
thought I used it as
I
a
thought
like-
you were. Yes. I thought this vape was fucking fab. I'm like, this fucking fag, bro.
I see what you
It's
mean.
fucking
now.
fab. Like, it's so fab.
I see where you're coming from now,
It's
that's
just so
hilarious.
fab. This thing didn't record. It didn't record the fab part. This is why can you? I'm gonna check if this is recording because I just cleared up the memory.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, for some reason I deleted all the photos on that iPhone, and like the storage didn't catch up until I reset it like twice.
Why
And
not
so-
just put it right here?
What?
Your phone.
Well, I don't know if it's like I don't know why it's like. I'm gonna say story time for this segment here. I just don't know why it's cutting. I really don't know why it's cutting, but yeah, it's a good idea. I'm just gonna put it right here.
Bam.
But you know what?
You know what? I don't need the wireless amount.
Boom.
Even better.
Even better.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that there whenever you want to just swivel it up. But the fucking fab.
But yeah,
fab.
I
vape.
see the confusion now. I was like, that's the title. That's the name of it. But when you said it, that's fucking
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a candy pop. Not too bad. I enjoy this. Mexican mango. It's all the way.
It's
There was
still,
like a cinnamon.
it's still tip. I feel like Mexican mango is still top tier.
Yeah, it's the one that I bought 3 times. The other ones, this is my first. The other one that I had, the strawberry mango, it started doing what you were talking about. The it kept going or something.
Yeah, it kept going.
And
At
it
that
drained
point,
the
I feel
battery,
yeah. Well,
I
at
threw it
that
away.
point, I feel like I should have on it when I experienced that shit. I should have gone straight back to the dude because obviously he has like you have a shelf of 1,000 vapes.
Yeah.
One of them, some of them is gonna have to be defective somewhere.
But that's why
along
they
the line.
always ask you to test it before you take it home.
Yeah, but then when you can show something like that, like oh I'm vaping it, but look I'm stopping. You can see smoke coming out. It's like he's gonna be like okay, because like there was the the small one that I had before I went to Mexico. It was like a gray one. I got it at 42 below.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a gray vape, very small, compact, but for some reason. Like it was fully charged midway through DoorDash, and so like an hour or two after I left the store, it stopped working. And I was gonna go on a walk. Like this is right before I was gonna go on a walk down by the river.
By the river in the rancho?
In the Indian.
Oh,
here.
okay,
I'm still here.
okay,
I'm still
okay.
here. Before I went down by the Indian to take a walk, it stopped working on me, and I was like, "Fuck."
That's gay. Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous. So I went back to the 42 below, and I met the owner, like the actual owner, his daughter's hot, and yeah. Like he wasn't there, but the dude that was working there, I'm all like, "This is work." He's just like,
Nice. Let's
"Yeah."
go.
He's like, "Oh, that's it." He's like, "You're good, you're good." I guess they get it, like
Man, I
that
should've
maybe
done
that
that.
often to where he just knows.
I might be tempted to go to the trash right now and pull it out. I'm like, look, it's 40%.
My friend, this is covered.
Shit.
Why is
that of you.
there your lunch on this? Did you throw this up? Did you eat it afterwards?
No, it's fuck up, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I threw it in the trash because this shit, I was pissed off. But you know what? Eat it. No, don't eat it.
Don't eat it. No, don't
No.
take a puff out of it.
But no, at the same, so going back to this paper, so I was in English Comp 2, we have to write a rhetorical essay, which is basically just deeply analyzing something or describing a certain something. So it could be a page from a book, news article, music,
Okay.
Yeah, your name is
Deep
just
dissected. I just go.
a deep dive, kind of like how Jordan Peterson has a psychoanalytic
It goes back
whole
to
paper with the Bible or
a
like
picture
Genesis.
is worth 1,000 words. You could, if you
Yeah,
look at
oh.
one picture, I want you to write 1,000 words describing this picture. The way the brushstroke went across and the technique, and you could come up with 1,000 words. But yeah, same thing. It's just to get you to start thinking about critically dissecting things, and everything's not as usually as what it seems.
Well, the crazier part is that here on Microsoft Word 365, I don't know if it has it on the regular on the regular Microsoft Word, but this bad boy tells me the document data. So I typed 2,230 words. The read time is 10 minutes. The speak time is 16 minutes. Characters, apparently there's characters, 13,000 characters.
You know what that is?
And 20 now.
Letters.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Oh, so
letters
so
and spaces, so everything. Whatever.
Okay, so without this, it even says it here, without the space, data, without the spaces, 11,000 characters. Interesting. So it takes 11,000 characters to make approximately 2,000 words.
There it is.
As far as this is concerned. So the song I decided to go about, and I've been talking about metal.
Oh, metal.
Yeah, MC Hammer's a pretty good deep dive. Can't touch this. What did he mean?
No, exactly.
What did he mean?
Did
he
mean
mean
money?
Touch me? You can't touch me in the physical. You can't touch me hypothetically. You can't touch me theoretically. Am I like? Are you beside me and you can physically touch me, but you can't touch me because I'm like?
Because they never cross.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, that can go into its own shit. But this was pretty, I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty fun being studying all this good jazz, and so going into it. Well, one quote, so this is Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath, mainly wrote obviously by Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, Dio.
Bro, have you seen his fucking recording of that song? It's just he's such a good fucking artist, lyricist, songwriter, vocalist. See, this is the thing I pointed out in this paper, is that he by far has the strongest voice ever, and in part that has to do with him, in my opinion, being in a doo-wop gang in the late 50s. But then again, from a quote that I wrote down here, is that he actually was part of the doo-wop gang, and they first wrote something when he was 13, 14. So, and if you listen to any of his songs, a part of the doo-wop gang, it sounds like who's a good reference? Yeah, just like a 1950s, swing song, like you'll listen to in like Fallout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're in a diner, and you got Sandman, Mr. Sandman maybe. I'm thinking of a specific one, not Ricky Martin. Lil Ricky. I think that's his name. Is it Lil Ricky?
Like a doo-wop, blue moon.
Yeah, like Blue Moon. Yeah. And oh no, it's this fictional character, Lil Ricky. Okay, totally fucked up on the name. Anyways, so one of the quotes that I pulled out already, guys, 13 minutes in, and we're talking about Jordan Peterson. Jordan made the logo. You know that logo that he always has?
The
like
P with like the color red and something.
Yeah, it's like an orange in there.
I thought it was
so the actual artwork, he made it himself, obviously, around university time, and he describes it, or he names it, the meaning of music. And so what he has to say about this is the idea of music is layered patterns and harmonious interplay moving out from the void to us, and that was a representation of the structure of experience itself, and that music was the most representational art form rather than the least. So some people have their opinions on music being an actual art form, and I really feel like it's an actual art form because, like he states here, it's a literal representation. So he describes the art piece as a representation, as a 2D representation of a 3-dimensional representation of a 4-dimensional representation of something else, something like that, dude. It was confusing. Let me just whip it out here.
You seen that movie with John?
Inception.
Yeah, there you go. Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's
Dream
definitely
within a dream
Inception.
within a dream, bro.
No, it's definitely Inception. And like going through this song, just on the lyrics themselves, like Dio is really he just philosophizes on the ups and downs of living here and all that good jazz. And I know I have it. Yeah, it's a Dun Sam and you're no, was it that?
Mr. Sandman.
Everything flows. Let's do frequency range. Jordan Peterson's Office. And maybe I have to put like the fucking timestamp, but I think that's only in psychological papers. This is just an MLA format, so in an English paper you don't really need to do that. But I know in a psychology actual like paper you have to you have to like jot down the timestamps, and then within the text put the timestamp, and then in your citations the link and all that good jazz.
MLA, you have to do citation, don't you?
You definitely have to do a citation page, but when citing it, like in text citing it, you only have to put the last name or
referencing the reference.
No, just the title piece, like a very short of the title piece. So like this is Jordan Peterson's Office tour. In the actual text, quote on like put parentheses. I'll just put Office tour. You know what I mean?
In MLA style.
Yeah, but in a psychology paper, I would have to put 1:40. And then you would have to go, and then you yourself will have to go digging into the citations, going like, okay, I think it would be like JP 140. You know what I mean? So it's like very different, but they're also different styles.
You say 140, but would you put the title as well with that? Like
not in the in-text
so
citation,
just
where you can find it. Yeah, like timestamp.
And because music has this intrinsic meaning, and I was trying to figure out what is the meaning of music, and that's what this is called, by the way. It's the meaning of music. And I wanted to produce it's a three-dimensional representation of a two-dimensional representation of a four-dimensional phenomenon. That's actually what it is, because music is in 4 dimensions, right? It's got three spatial dimensions and a temporal dimension, 4 dimensions.
That's crazy. That's just that little piece. It's a 3-dimensional representation of a 2-dimensional representation of a 4-dimensional phenomenon. Because like he describes it, 3 dimensions. And then it has the fourth, which is, I believe, what did he say? Temporal.
That's actually what it is, because music is in 4 dimensions, right? It's got three spatial dimensions and a temporal dimension, 4 dimensions.
Yeah, because you listen, so that has to go through some type of other dimension.
I have no idea what he means by 4-dimensional.
So if we look at this world right now, reality. Definitely, if what he made was a 3-dimensional representation, that means it supersedes 2 dimensions. Well, what's 2 dimensions if not just a flat piece of paper in your drawing, like a drawing on a flat piece of paper? And so, his artwork is not only a 3-dimensional representation, but it's also a flat piece of representation that's representing the 4th dimension, which he described as temporal, and so that would be taking a different sense. So 3 dimensions of space.
Yeah, you seem like Charlie from Always Sunny, like collecting all the dots. This is what he.
Well, that's what I'm trying to break down, right? Like this is also a paper. Like it's breaking down just a song. Like people just take a song and just vibe with it, dude. Like taking down a whole fucking song bit by bit. And talking about fucking hurt. So like in the first paragraph, I go with Tommy Iommi hits the guitar on the D note on a minor key, and the whole song hovers around 90 frames or 90 beats per minute, so that's BPM. And in the National Library of Medicine, music, this is a quote, music with a medium tempo, which is close to humans' psychological rhythms, would arouse a strong emotional response by entertaining the autonomic neural activation of emotional processes. So literally like 90 beats per minute. If you wanted to create a song that hits someone at the core, you would want to hover around those 90 beats per minute, basically the heart rate.
The D code, that is the D chord.
Well, the D chord is just, I think D represents Dio actually quotes that the whole song, or like metal music, is on a minor note, and so when you have minor notes, it's hard to write something that you love on minor keys. Now the D note itself, I think I did a little bit of research on that, but there wasn't any significant representation on different keys striking different parts of the brain. Oh no, yeah, here it is. Yeah, D. So D sharp, the D sharp key is approximately 311 hertz. Why is this important? It is right above the threshold of human speech and lays where hearing is most sensitive. So this is a quote from sound engineering. Starting with the main frequency range, it is the frequency range of human hearing which is responsible for the perception of speech. It covers the frequencies from 300 to 3000 hertz. So when we talk, we want to talk at a frequency of about 300. But when you like whisper,
What if I wanted like a deep voice? What would that resonate?
But you would want someone to listen to it, right? You wouldn't like hush deep voice. You would like
Put someone on here. Let me get my chest up
a
here.
baritone.
Hello. Would you respect
the
me more
host
if
with
I
the
took voice?
voice.
But I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of the show.
And so I just keep going on like 3 minutes, 4 minutes about the music aspect, like literally instrumental. But then this is where we go deep dive into lyricism itself. So we go, sing me a song, you're a singer, do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil. And you could tell me what you think about this.
Yeah.
Dio is talking to the audience to sing their song, which people do not do every day. Then he philosophizes, if you do him any wrong, you are bringing something immoral to light on purpose, since he knows in his heart that he follows the golden rule, which he follows that in a later section of the song. And so what do you think about that? Just breaking down that one stanza.
Wow.
So, sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he is right. At the end of the day, it's like, as long as I know I'm not doing anybody harm and I'm following my own path of justice, who are you to tell me I'm wrong or bringing more harmful stuff? You're actually the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I am not causing you harm or anything like that. But you want to cause me harm with these words. So who is in the actual wrong here?
Mm-hmm. It was like Fallout 76 when Lucy was trying to, de-escalate with the ghoul and going like, since I know I'm trying to de-escalate, I can only assume that if you retaliate, you are the one bringing some sort of action to this confrontation, and so I'm gonna have to use force. Yeah. And so when she laid that out, I'm like, huh, that can be used. Like that can be used. If you know in your heart that you
trying to settle everybody down,
are speaking your truth, not trying to cause any physical harm, because at the end of the day, I didn't know you had feelings, and and the third and foremost is fuck 'em. Like if they just try to put some type of their maleficent, evil, wicked ways onto you.
it doesn't even have to be evil or wicked. It's just their way.
Well, wicked. Well, the thing is, evil. Like on the definition, it says immoral and wicked.
But it's just like those very Christian people pushing their religion on you or something.
Yeah.
They could be considered.
Well, they definitely follow some sort of. So this is where the immoral part comes in. Some type of moral values that they deem moral. But then to an atheist, those aren't moral at all. They're just ways that you kind of walk. And so I don't think those are. But then when you say that to a Christian, like a hardcore Christian,
exactly,
but that's evil because you're denying my truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So in that context, it's like, maybe not open your mouth to those type of people, because if you possibly know that you go against someone else's belief and they're not in the good spirit of dialogue, which is a debate, then and they just shut you out, clearly they don't want anything, and so you're actually negating something there where like they think you're bringing some sort of evil thing into their lives, but then at the same time you just let something that you don't agree with into yours. Mm-hmm. So who's right, who's wrong at the end of the day? If you decided to open your mouth and let some sort of opposite truth, a truth that you don't believe in, some opposite truth into your life, either A, you think about it more, or B, you disagree to where it kind of pisses you off even more. Like these videos with these these young preachers essentially that go out to gay parades and just preach the word of God like gospels, and all these guys are just mad as fuck. Why are you here?
But
why are you preaching?
there, though?
Like the guys preaching?
Yeah,
oh
no,
no shit.
yeah,
Oh no fucking
yeah,
shit. The
let
thing
the
is,
guy
the thing
preach.
is, this is a love, quote unquote. This is a pride. It's all about love.
And you're spreading
Everyone's
hate.
pissed. Everyone's blocking the cameras, trying to fucking. This one girl I just seen on a
What?
short. She started pouring fucking water on herself, but intentionally she's right behind, like in front of the speaker. And so she's trying to fucking fry the speaker with water, but it's a waterproof speaker.
And so it doesn't. Yeah.
It didn't work, and so, but she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And the whole time, everyone's all like just cheering, trying to noise drown whatever
Was
they're
there a
preaching.
parade going on or something?
There was definitely, it was just like a fiesta.
So I just saw this YouTube video or Facebook. I shared it because I thought it was hilarious. There was this guy in a motorcycle going into a whole bunch of females who were doing this whole bunch of parade.
A feminist parade, man?
It might have been a feminist parade.
Was there any rainbows?
Yeah, there was all rainbows.
Okay,
mostly
pride
rainbows.
parade.
But it was all females. Maybe a couple guys who were recording, honestly. But this guy was literally beating every girl's ass, swinging at their face, kicking them. That's a wrestling match when you see backstage, you know.
I gotta see this.
'Cause he
I
blocked-
gotta see
He
this.
backbuster somebody, picked her up, bam. I was like, damn.
Well, I literally just seen a short. Yeah. Pull it up, Jamie. I mean, go for it. But no, what's it called? I literally just saw this YouTube short of a woman and her daughter. So this guy has a sign, and he's a pretty stocky guy. And this is what I kind of want to do, because who the fuck's gonna stack up with me except a crazy ass deranged female like this girl did? He still has a sign about abortion is wrong, and so she's all like, it's actually a medical emergency if it's a miscarriage. And he said, well, it's actually not, and let me educate you real quick. She's like, it is. Kicks the fucking sign, and then she has like a shake on her other hand, and just swings at this guy and actually hits him. And the dude is like pushes her away, but she keeps coming back while her daughter's viewing all this shit. And then he takes her down on the floor, but too close to the daughter, to where the daughter fell, and the daughter starts crying. The daughter looked like 7, maybe 8, so poor girl. And it was just hilarious because of the female security guard that was on the dude's side, the protester's side. She's like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Like, you would think that this fucking woke feminist would know not to touch people, put your hands on people. Why are you especially for a sign? Like, what is that gonna change? Like, it really doesn't change anything. It doesn't make your point any more valid than someone literally restating their point over and over again. Like Charlie Kirk's debate, like this one Mexican, he decided, he's all like, I'm from Mexico, came here illegally, and then Charlie's all like, oh, so the right way, and he's all like, yeah, and kind of like duh, like what other way is there? Oh, illegally, with Biden's open walls. You know, Syrians go to Mexico and then go through the open border process. And so Charlie just congratulated him, like, yeah, good for you, dude, you came here the right way, which is rare, you know what I mean? And then the Mexicans are like, rare? Like, why would you say it's rare? He's like, do you know how many illegal immigrants come through Mexico every year? About 2 million. You know how many come legally? About 200,000. So it's a rarity, bro. That's so disrespectful on the podcast. That's so disrespectful, bro.
It is.
Dude, like, my face is so serious. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is his laptop. I use it for schoolwork. Every time he gets a text, ping.
Really?
Ping. Yeah, well, it's connected to your phone,
Damn,
and it's
bro.
Apple products. Like I don't know if you ever seen that one.
How many dick pics have you seen?
None.
Oh, you haven't opened them?
Fortunately.
Okay.
Or I'm not using the laptop while shit's getting sent. But no, there was like that one movie where I think it was like Mike and something make a porno, and they put it on they record it on their iPad, and then literally they sync up, like their accounts are synced up to all the iPads in the house. The kids have the iPad. They gifted some iPads to their parents.
That's the video. I don't want to press play because it has sound and I don't know how to turn it down.
Oh no, yeah, it's over. No, yeah, she pushed him. Oh, it's over. Yeah, no, fuck, let's go. Let's go. Who's up?
Yeah.
Fucking body slam.
A wrestling match behind the stage.
And then someone else gets pushed down. I don't know who the fuck that was. Wow. He just wants to get through.
Yeah, that's all he does.
No, I think this is a feminist rally because there is no it's
males.
just purple. It's just no.
Just
I
purple?
meant like there's no like rainbows.
Oh.
It's purple. Yeah, that guy with the mask seems kind of shady though. If it's a feminist rally, I hate those guys that are there praying. In my opinion, if you're a fucking guy at a feminist rally, you have to be like some type of weirdo trying to get action. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I believe in all your rights. Yeah, go women. How many females can I get lucky tonight? How many females can I get lucky?
I don't like those people who say, yes, I believe in your rights, or I believe, yes, let me fight for your cause, or something. I say, but what do you believe in, man? What's your ultimate goal and justice here? If you're fighting for everybody else, why are you, like, it just... I would, if I was part of a rally, I'd be like, I'm here for my morals, my rights. Yeah. All these other people support this, and that's what encourages me to go forward. And I think that's why all those females are together. And when people rally together, just it doesn't have to be females, but they're all there to support a common goal, not to support each other, hopefully, but to support a common goal.
No, they're there to support each other. The thing
that's
is about the thing is about women is like, not gonna lie, like the thing is about women is that their argumentative strategies. Like this guy, if you hit a guy, he's gonna get physical because it's just our natural tendencies. We're more physically inclined when we're angry to get physical, right? I don't know if that makes sense. I use physical in that context twice, but I just minimized it. But
I don't want to get more notifications.
But women, they do it subconsciously, almost like just bashing each other with words, and they're more emotional. So if women are in the same rally with other women, and one woman says, I'm traumatized because of this, incident that happened to me with a guy X amount of years ago, almost all of the other women will just support because she just said it. And then when a guy comes going like with actual facts, debating her own truth, everyone gets mad just because of that one thing she said. But there's no context.
I think we really do need a feminist on the podcast.
Yeah.
One.
Oh no, definitely. I've been trying to get guests, guys. Not gonna lie. But I think I'm asking the right questions, wrong people.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And I feel like going to hopefully in university, I'm gonna get way more guests on by next year, hopefully. But also at WC Tech, I want to get more. Since I'm at the E-Hub, one of the rules is don't get political. Like in the
E-Hub. Never talk politics.
Okay, that's fine.
Business.
It's like no, that's fine. I'm here on the clock. You know what I mean? But if I want to invite, let's say, because they are coworkers now, teachers, peers, professors, I want to get a couple, like your 2 cents on this, you know what I mean? But I'll be honest, I think the only feminists I know are like 2, maybe 3.
I don't know.
So they're not in my circle of range, but I definitely want them on the podcast to get enlightened, because all I'm seeing is the perspective of feminists is on the Whatever podcast when they're arguing their point. And then another anti-feminist woman argues that their point on why they're wrong and they should actually you know what I mean? Or like, I forgot his name, the godfather of all godfathers, with these women going like, I just been in so many relationships and I'm looking for a man that makes 80K, and then he just points out like, but you're 40 years old. You should be looking for a man that's around your standards and an insulin shot. Yeah. She just laughs and says facts. Yeah, facts. You're 40. You can have a kid, maybe. No, you can't have a kid.
It'll be you can have a kid, but it'll be very dangerous.
No.
Mortality goes up after 35.
I think like when do women stop, like on average, right?
After menopause.
Well, like when does that happen? Like 45?
50s.
45?
That usually happens midway, mid-50s.
When do?
But yeah, that's their facial cutting off point. They have a time.
They have a time clock. Yeah, no, 40s. It says early as 40, late as 60s. But the average would be 51.
Yeah, 50s.
So yeah, she could have kids, but I feel like at a 40 years old, you're looking for a man because you couldn't keep a man, is like because that's what's happening.
It takes work to keep a man.
It takes work to keep a relationship. It takes work to
yeah.
keep a relationship going.
It
Period.
does. It's
But
hard
this
work.
is where I come back to my stance, having a couple like my parents for 35 years keeping it together. The one thing I always took out of that was that they knew each other prior. They were friends. Granted, it was a small town.
Yeah,
but,
since birth.
yeah,
Not like birth,
not
but
birth,
they
like
knew
toddlers,
each other.
Toddlers. It's like those. It's like the classic. You know, I met your mother when I was 7 years old.
Like yeah.
You know what I mean? But like Jordan Peterson has the same one. It's like I met Tammy when like we were childhood friends.
Exactly. That's what I was like. Put it in this respect, the relationship that my parents have is, they got married and they knew each other because they grew up on the same block or the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
They knew where each other lived. They knew each other, but they didn't talk much. But at least they were there and they heard stories of them already. And
Yeah.
they didn't go to they went to the same school, but it was that close. It's also how close.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were.
Well, definitely, like that should, in my opinion, that probably should have happened a long time ago. But then again, you know what I mean? Who's the one that really wanted it at the end of the day to where they kind of tied the knot? Well, what's happening now is like no people are getting the chance to actually know the person.
Yeah.
Like there's no wait time. It's like I've seen
Nobody's
memes.
rushing it.
I've seen memes on Facebook of like, this is my hey mom, this is my girlfriend. We met for 2 days. You know what I mean? Or like, hello ma'am, I met your daughter for a week.
God.
You know what I mean? Already meeting the parents. It's like, how disrespectful
yeah.
is that on the parents? But also, how dumb? Like in my opinion, how dumb are you? Because I did that shit.
You did
Oh my
that.
god,
You were the one
I
that did
brought
it.
women home all the time.
Oh, this
Almost
one.
like when I was getting high all the time, bro. I would meet these flusy ass women, and then think I got something, but it only lasted 3 months, and then I would have that, you know, that perspective of what's wrong with them. It's like, no, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro.
Ugh,
Yeah.
brother.
brother,
You know what I mean? Like get my priorities straight, and I feel like I do now. Where like every time I see a pretty girl door dashing and she compliments me on my glasses, I could care in the conversation. I can flirt. Sometimes I do, but I go like, no, my girl's in university. You know, because at least if she's there, she knows the path that she wants.
Where is your girl currently?
Like right now,
no,
definitely university.
She's a studier.
Yeah, she's definitely studying. Well, the thing is, with you, whenever I say she's at university, it's because it already gives me the inclination that she's wanting to pursue something and on a goal path. Like she has some, but like nowadays, like I met a couple of females and went out with a couple of females that are like already nail technicians. They call themselves nail techs.
Okay.
And then hair salonists. That's it. Like that's all. Like that's it. Like that's like there's nothing else after. You know, I always ask the question, do you want to go back to school? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a father like nagging his children. You know what I mean? Like, well, you have career a year or two. Are you gonna go back to school?
When are you going back to school?
Are you pursuing something else? You know what I mean? Is this really it? You know what I mean? Like 4 dogs. They live with you. Your house is a mess.
People, my coworkers make fun of me because I do a little interview on the bitches that I talk to, or before I go and meet them.
Why shouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like I literally go down a list. Hey, are you clean? Are you this? Are you that? You know, we're just.
I
friends.
like how it's like, are you clean? Like clean in like the sexual way, or clean like in a clean person?
I don't care if they're a clean person as long as they're a clean
I
sexual.
think you need to like revert that shit.
No, as long as they don't have any STDs, I guess that's what I mean by clean. I don't want to get any STDs. I don't give a fuck if you're in a crack house.
Have you been tested at all? Maybe
Myself?
you already have.
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Because I think, like I said, I think my questionnaire
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, wait.
it proves that.
Wait, why not? Right? Why not ask the question, wait, am I clean?
This one bitch did ask me, when was the last time you got tested? And she goes, if you want to go raw, you got to get tested.
Ah.
I didn't get tested, I still got raw.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck yeah. Well, the thing is, like, whenever, when I asked myself this after, like, my 20th body, and she asked me, am I clean? And I'm all like, you know what, I never really checked. Still got, you know what I mean? But it's like, made me think. I'm like, I'm going through all these women raw. Like, and their first question, some of them would be like, or my question would be like, are you clean? Or like, I'm worried about if they're clean or not.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, if I'm just going through it, fuck it.
I said it's like fucking bar of soap. You ain't gonna get a bacterial disease from fucking bar of soap, but you know it's clean. Bacteria doesn't grow on soap.
But what if the person isn't? Now the soap has all types.
You think she just lied to you?
No. I feel like maybe you're lying to yourself.
And you're the one
because you don't know, right? Like
you're
in genuine
clean things.
In the genuine. Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Okay, so but what if that succubus lied to you?
Yeah, if that succubus lied to you, then you got lied to and you got STD.
Now you have an STD. So why are you asking people if they're clean?
Because until it happens, I don't know.
The thing is, like, that's the thing.
I feel like
if you got that certainty of like, oh no, I'm not clean, then either you wean out the people that obviously are not gonna fuck you because you have some sort of disease, right? Or B, you're gonna get that girl that has it because of some, douchebag in, like, let's say like in a house party, she catches it, but then like maybe now it's just a part of life. Like, oh, now I have to live with it. And so now I gotta find a man who either A, has the same, or B, has something else, or C, doesn't have it at all, and he's gonna have to know before I give it to him. You know what I mean? Because it's hard, like when you fuck
and
so many bodies.
STDs are dormant, stays dormant for years, and it pops up out of nowhere.
Dude, the moment I woke up and peeing hurt, I was like, yeah, I got something.
It might pee hurt every now and then.
I think you got something.
I don't know, man.
It never hurt to pee. Like, it never hurt to pee.
Well,
like at the night after.
When I had blue balls and then I pee, it would kind of hurt.
Ah.
Yeah, because it was just like a fucking
She
blue
gave
balls.
you blue balls?
She gave me blue balls. And I was ready to bust.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and she didn't. Yeah.
So I wanted to go piss to relieve it, and I was like, fuck, I can't.
In my
so
opinion,
much blood, and then it just.
This is the words of a player here. If she gives you blue balls, boys, work one out and move on. Work one out. She's not worth it. Like, in my opinion, right?
That was rude.
That was rude.
And trollish.
Because she knew, and churlish.
Yeah, because
she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing.
Oh, I'm gonna give him a little, but now I'm gonna see if he's real. I'm gonna see if he's patient. I'm just gonna give him a little. That says more about you.
Yeah.
It's all like either, but then again, Lucy. But then again, it kind of makes you think, like, how many other guys did she fucking do, like, go all the way with? And where's my confidence now?
Yeah.
Did I not? Because you're ladies, you're giving us all types of anxiety here, like all types of paths going. Like, was I not that confident? What other guy was confident enough to go all the way? How drunk was she? How not drunk she was? Did I need
so many
more
variables
weed?
play into it? It does.
Anxiety. When you have so many variables, you just kind of wean out and this is where I feel like that priority thing goes into play. So like, since I know she's in university and all these other girls are around, my goal is university. So any girl coming up to me that seems interested, just shut out. And then hopefully when I'm at WSU, that's the time where I'm like reading a book, kind of like Steve Jobs. You know what I mean? She's reading a book and he just comes up. What are you reading? Oh, it's this. They go back and forth. They fuck in their dorm. I don't know. Right?
It could happen. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. But you need to have. People need to have that vision of what is your goal, and if it is not your goal, don't entertain.
Not a lot of people have that vision. Not a lot of people actually think like. I get the same comment all the time whenever I ask some of my friends. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or like, what do you want to do? Like, well, I'm already doing it and I live for the day because we don't know if we have tomorrow. And it's like, yeah, but then you're in the same time loop that you just stuck yourself in. Mm-hmm. If you know that tomorrow you don't know what's going to happen, and so you live for the day, but you're doing something you hate, then you wake up tomorrow feeling so depressed because you're not dead. Because that's the only two things. It's like you're either going to wake up or you die. And so since you didn't die, you just have to keep doing the thing you hate. Well, why not leave yourself something for the future, for the tomorrow?
What helped me open up my eyes to that, thinking like you have, was my acid trip.
Okay.
First acid trip. When I went 3 tabs deep.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? First acid,
this dude was throwing
I'll
up.
take one. I'll take 3, please.
Yeah, he
So
went
all
in.
3 that I was in, I was like, I don't feel it.
I think it was like me, Riddell, and you. And then I
Yeah.
think Elam was a watcher or something.
Yeah, he
like
was
that.
the caretaker.
Caretaker. Cause you gotta have some.
Yeah, we had somebody sober to watch the high people.
And yeah, it was my first tattoo. It was kind of it was a chill experience because I think I think towards the it was like at first it was you tripping, and like it didn't hit me or Riddell maybe, but no, yeah, you were already there like within minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like throwing up literally on the carpet, like
Really?
you wouldn't stay in your room, and like you wouldn't stay in your room, and you like got out. You gotta go to the restroom. I gotta go to the restroom. I gotta go to the restroom. And then on the way there, you were throwing up. So maybe it was some, maybe it was some type of motion sickness that you were going through because you're obviously your brain is just somewhere else. And so, at least for me, it was pretty chill at first. And then towards the peak, I kind of just went to my room and started listening to albums, Kendrick Lamar in particular, and they were pretty chill albums. I gotta admit.
The peak that I had was
the revelation.
The revelation was I lived through my whole life in third person, because I had during that acid trip I felt like everybody was looking at me constantly, like everybody's head was always turned around and there was floating eyes as well constantly looking at me. I'm like, bro, quit looking at my God.
All eyes on me.
And then I slowly became those eyes looking down at myself, watching my life. And then I got so scared where I was like, you know what, fuck it, this is gonna be my life now. I'm just gonna watch myself third person, and that's how I'm gonna live it. I did a bad acid trip and it fucked me for the rest of my life.
Would it be bad or an eye opener?
It was an eye opener because,
well, let's think of it like this, because I'm taking developmental psychology, and I just did a little study on the middle child, on the middle children. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. So I would attribute, this is just my psychoanalytical thinking here, I would attribute the all eyes from a middle child's perspective, because middle children seem to always seek validation, or are always being looked after. You know what I mean? More attention. You know what I mean? Kind of like Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle, always the one that needed to be the above and beyond. You know, Reese is already a lost cause. Francis is military, so let's see what happens with them. Dewey is kind of just there. But it was all eyes on the middle child. So maybe there's that part. And then instead, perhaps, when you said I'm going to look at myself in the third person, basically I'm going to think for myself.
Maybe. It just because I started, like, I literally floated up and became eyes looking down on me. I felt like I was just a ghost floating and watching myself. So with that whole trip, I woke up the next day. I watched school.
Anime.
No. This was during my acid trip. This is I was still third person.
Okay, heard
so
that. I'm sorry.
It went like I thought I lived years because I grew up. I went to be a doctor. The path that I was going with, like it showed me the path that I was leading to. Going to a doctor, getting a big house, getting a big family, working late nights because I was a doctor. They worked 18 plus hours, and barely coming home. At the end, I was like 45, and I was thinking, man, I'm working so much because I wanted a better life for my family, but I'm not living. Okay, I don't even see them. What's the whole entire point of this? I ended up committing suicide. And then that snapped me back into my bedroom, and I was like, what the fuck?
Did I just see an alternate reality of what potentially could have been? But wouldn't you also take that and to be like, well, let's actually keep going with the medical degree, but balance?
I could have.
In order to see the family.
I kind of swayed away from it to being a doctor.
You got so scared.
Because of the time. But yeah, if I could have somehow balanced it, but I was so scared of it.
Interesting.
And it eluded me away to something a little bit more easier, less challenging.
Okay, heard that. So boom. So you would admit that you took the easy.
Oh, 100%.
If anything,
100%. I took the easy way
you committed career suicide.
Yeah, I killed it right there because it was too difficult, and I felt once that commitment I made to myself, I would push that to the furthest. Yeah. And I'll throw everything else that's not that away.
Well, you also said the courses at Butler were already difficult enough. Yeah. With like just already like the beginning stages of going for what was the specific like medical biology or something? I don't know.
I was gonna be a doctor first, and then I switched over to be a biomedical technician.
Biomedical technician.
And then after that, I went to accounting.
But biomedical technician deemed to be more of a
Easier.
difficult route.
No, that is an easier route to then being a doctor.
So what were the courses that kind of strayed you away from the doctor perspective?
It was just that acid trip.
No, but like were the courses easy?
Courses were pretty easy. I found extra study time I needed, but doable.
Doable.
Yeah. I was like, but do I want to commit an extra 3 hours of studying every day to keeping at bar? Not going exceeding. I was never exceeding. I was barely keeping bar with 3 hours of study time every hour, every day. Because after class, we had a study group and we went back into the study room and we just studied what we went over.
Would you say that was like would you say you were still learning though?
Yeah, I was still learning.
So argumentatively, that would be like the zone of proximal development. You know what I mean? Like constantly staying at that one zone to where you're always heated up because you're studying something new.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like,
but it was just
daunting.
I had that realization or that moment where I was like, do I want to keep doing this or do I want to take an easier route where I can have more time to myself and enjoy life a little bit better?
See, that's where the route I took whenever I went into Butler. I'm all like, yeah, no, let me enjoy. I think I even told my roommate this, David. I'm all like, yeah, I'm not going to school anymore. I just kind of want to enjoy life.
Yeah,
I want to enjoy life because I only have this X amount of time in my 20s or something like that. And people are always talking about their adventures. Let me go get a couple of adventures, and I did. But then that brought me back to center now. Now the thing is with I think you remember this because I woke you up in the middle of the night when I took like two things of acid, and I fucking witnessed my own death on the couch when we were in the trailer park. Yeah, you don't remember this. Okay, so basically I took 2 things of acid, and I was in my room listening to Pink Floyd. But then for some reason I found myself in the living room watching something, and then all of a sudden I'm floating above myself, and I just see my own corpse, like white to the gills, just slanted over, tongue out. I'm dead.
Damn.
I'm done. And then I literally woke up from the couch like this, and I just go straight to your room, bro. And I'm all like, dude. And I'm heavy breathing, and you just woke up like this. Like, what the fuck is this guy on? And I'm right there sitting at the edge of your bed, and I'm all like, dude, I just witnessed my own death. I was at the couch, and I see myself just dead, bro. And you're like, damn. Sounds like a hard trip. Or sounds like a pretty good trip.
Sounds like a bad trip.
Sounds like a bad trip. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm here. I'm talking to you. Yeah, this is a bad trip. This is a bad trip. And so, like, but then again, I don't think that diverted me from doing what I kept doing. You know what I mean? It was more of the sobriety that opened my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, after so long of smoking, but then putting it down, I started to see objective reality. Yeah, there's objective reality. Kind of like, after also listening to like Steve-O.
Can I just kill it?
Yeah, go for it. Steve-O in sobriety, and then trying the sobriety thing out for like a month or two. I'm like, so this is what people are talking about.
Getting high on life.
High on life. Like, yeah, why wouldn't I wake up and
smell the roses?
Not even smell the roses, bro. Look at look at the outside. Why wouldn't you wanna just wake up and just go outside?
But have you done that while high?
Bro, have you done that on shrooms? At the fucking the Wilderness Center?
That'd be pretty cool.
It was chill. But then I found out that was all my figment of imagination. Apparently, I was in the couch over at the buddy's house so in my shroom, me and Jesus took a third shroom each, and I was on the couch. And then for some reason, I thought that I found myself for some reason. I don't know how.
You don't know how you got there.
I don't even know how I got to the nature center, but I have this secret place. Not even secret, but it's just a place that where like it's next to the creek. It's like a slanted concrete slab. The concrete slabs, broken bridge, I like to call it. But and I'm just chilling there, laying back and shit like that. And then the boys pick me back up, and we drive back home, and I'm just there chilling at the couch until I wake up and go to my room. But then I told the homie David about this. He's like, no, you were in the couch the whole time, dude. you were kind of just moaning and shit like that. I was like, oh shit, dude, it seems so real though. And so like, yeah, psychedelics are a trip, bro. It's a trip.
It's a big trip, and
But when it comes down to like everyday type thing, it's like, unless it's with the because like Joe Rogan talks about those Brazilian jiu-jitsu artists microdosing, and they kind of describe that they kind of feel like they're ahead of the dimension that their opponent's on because they're so acutely aware of their next move almost. You know what I mean? Like that twitch that they just recognize.
Keeps you focused between the ears.
Keeps you focused between the ears. Be dial faster. And that's good for me. But no, yeah, like the acute of like the striking, like he can already see what you're about to do before you even know you're gonna do it. You know, in some sort of way. And so they kind of have the quote unquote upper hand. But that's with the purpose. But if you're microdosing just to kind of stay on a higher form of thinking, in my like quote unquote thinking, we'll see how that goes. Like deadass, we're gonna see how that goes because it's something new, like quote unquote microdosing. There's not a lot of studies out. There's studies coming out now, but I really genuinely think that it probably doesn't add too much of a benefit unless you're doing it for like.
What's crazy to me is what they were talking about in a podcast on Joe Rogan maybe a year ago about mapping the LSD world.
Mapping the LSD world. What is that?
There's a study going on, I believe, somewhere in the university, where they're mapping the illicit LCD world.
LCD world?
That fucking LCD, LDS, or whatever. I forgot the
LSD.
LSD. Yeah.
The man who mapped LSD.
Well, there was like a man and students. Like I hear that they kept taking trips or being under dripped with acid to be constant in this world. And they're able to come back and say, yeah, we traveled, and this is exactly how everybody else experienced it as well while they were traveling. So they're mapping out this world. Haven't heard much studies of it from there.
So pulling up this article from Science News, largest ever psychedelic study maps changes of conscious awareness to neurotransmitter systems, This is from McGill University in 2022. In the world's largest study of psychedelics on the brain, a team of researchers have shown how drug-induced changes in subjective awareness are anatomically rooted in specific neurotransmitter receptor systems. Psychedelics are rapidly growing area of science, using thousands of gene transcription probes. The team created a 3D map of the brain receptors of the subjective experiences like to them, blah, blah, blah. And
what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, here's the man who mapped LSD in the 1930s.
It's that cinnamon mead.
Yeah, that vanilla cinnamon mead.
I thought it was just regular mead.
In 1938 LSD, it was not until 5 years later that he would discover its effects. However, some 75 years ago, in 1943, he released the phenomenal effects of LSD firsthand. Ingesting 250 micrograms of the compound, he experienced strong sensory and cognitive alterations. Well, the thing is, we have words right now, and yeah, it's simply that, is that psychedelics inhibit your cognitive ability for a certain period of time. Now, to say that you've seen different parallel universes is clearly just not what we call objective knowledge. Like, objective truth or objective knowledge is like this bar stool is right here, right now, holding the phone, and is being used to hold your vape. That's objective reality or objective knowledge. But when you're on some sort of psychedelic, that could be a dragon. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how kids with imaginations. You know, you're just in a literally like you're in a form of imaginative state. You know what I mean? But then you have those stories about, but I discovered, I invented, on psychedelics and stuff, and there is some truth to that. I feel like there is probably going to be studies, and maybe studies. I mean, John Stamets with mushrooms, seeing that it does create different neurotransmitters and connecting more than not faster at a rapid rate. So he has that theory about neurogenesis. Basically, like, apes took a shit ton of shrooms and it rapidly increased their cognitive ability to like have neurotransmitters just connect with each other that wouldn't connect within the X amount of time that they, that they consume these shrooms. So I would like to think, I would like to hold that, but when it comes down to microdosing and like inducing yourself with a psychedelic on a micro level every single day, I don't know, because there is the rule of diminishing returns. You know what I mean? Constantly doing something will in turn inhibit something else from causing.
My ultimate question in microdosing is, what's your ultimate goal in doing this microdosing?
So that's where I come back to, like, what's the goal? So a jiu-jitsu artist would be like,
yeah,
I want to get the quote-unquote upper hand. Okay, so you use a drug.
Okay, perfect. Next.
Okay. So, professor, all this workload is driving me nuts. Microdosing kind of makes me focus a little more. Okay, a drug. You know,
and you're
Adderall.
able to maintain this.
Maintain a certain sort of
because there are functional alcoholics out there.
Yeah, you see those, like, I think Joe Rogan also talked about, like, he was on the construction yard and these guys were taking like swigs from a flask. You know what I mean? It was like back in the 80s, but then again, you have these construction workers now. You know what I mean? That just take a sip of beer until the fucking foreman comes.
I'll tell you
what.
what.
Comes like, I don't know, Mr. Young. I don't know where the can came from.
I'll say what, man. After a hard day's work, 4 hours out in labor, I was helping volunteer and building a house.
Oh.
So I was out there with the
boys.
Yeah, with the boys. And they were teaching me how to do all this power tool shit. And I was fucking tired.
Nice.
After 2 shots.
Oh shit.
I had the energy to go back. I was like, okay.
After 2 shots, I had the energy to go
I was like,
back.
you know, I feel pretty loose now.
Yeah.
All that soreness, all that tired.
It's kind of like a pre-workout.
Yeah, this is a pre-workout.
Yeah, alcoholics are amazing.
I wonder if I could do that.
Alcoholics are amazing.
Maybe just
bro.
take 2 shots before going into the gym. Fuck yeah!
I tried that with Jesus.
Yeah.
The homie Jesus. He's all like, "Have you ever worked out? You know, or like a shot?" And we took like a couple swigs of vodka or some shit. We went to the gym. Yeah, I lifted more. I was very, very sore the next day.
Oh yeah, no. The next day I was fucking
way
tired.
more.
Right?
Yeah. But that's the thing too. It's all like you're putting in something that inherently doesn't have any benefit in the long term than it does in the short term.
Benefit it kills you.
Well, like I said, alcoholics are amazing people because they're drowned and all, like the only cure to a hangover.
That I don't know how people could fucking do that. Because I remember going to Mexico, and the day before I went there, I decided to get super hammered and super drunk because I wanted to sleep on the way there.
Yeah.
So I did, but I was a little bit too drunk still. As I dropped down to Mexico, the Primo, not Chepo, the other one.
I really did.
The guy who drives the truck usually.
I don't remember too many names.
No, you met him. He was your homie back there.
Not the homie,
You said
but
he was-
definitely a cousin.
He was your cousin.
Casual acquaintance at best.
Always takes care of the houses.
Yeah, I know.
I forget his name.
I know who you're talking. I got the face. I just cannot for the life of me remember it.
Hey. Ricky.
Ricky, yeah.
It was Ricky, and he's like, "Are you still a little drunk?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got you." He goes to the store, gets me a little 42 ounce. Like, he's like, "Here you go, drink this. This helps with hangovers." I was like, "Beer? Beer helps with the hangover?" He goes, "Yeah." And my mom looks at me. She goes, "Yeah, it helps with the hangover." I'm like,
it's almost like introducing.
And I was like, "It's 10 a.m. Fuck it." Crack it open, take 4 or 5 swigs, put it down, go over around the truck, and I start throwing up. I was like, "This is how does this work?" After that, I felt pretty good.
That's hilarious, though. The mindset, though, of some people that like, no, yeah, to get rid of the poison that my body doesn't like, I have to reintroduce it again in order to make it not think about it.
Equalize it, yeah.
Instead of just putting it the fuck away
Mm-hmm.
and going off of pure willpower. So in a sense, it's like, oh, I don't have enough willpower to just do the thing. I need a crutch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've done this the podcast for a couple seasons, 2 seasons.
Oh yeah, this is your second season?
Yeah, we're like 40 episodes in, dude. We're like 40 episodes in on season 2.
Season 2.
But there was a period of time where I was sober doing the podcast and I was just talking about random ass shit. But I can still do that. even not drunk. So it's just something I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you do something you don't enjoy doing, you might need something to kind of ease the edge, ease the pain. You know what I mean? But that's hilarious how someone, you know what I mean? Let's just call him functional alcoholic. Yeah, you know what gets rid of hangovers? Not these electrolytes. No, more beer. More beer. It's gonna ease the tension.
See, if they would have gave me a tequila shot or a shot, because I'm a tequila guy, I don't like vodka because it's way too bland and hard.
What's obvious is that vodka over there is more expensive than tequila. It's obvious.
Yeah, it's there. You could go next door and pick it up. But yeah, tequila I could go. Yeah, give me 2 shots. That and whiskey and bourbon. So I love me some good Tennessee whiskey.
Never liked bourbon. I think whiskey is bourbon. Or bourbon is whiskey.
Bourbon is a mixture of 2, whiskey and something else. That's what actual bourbon is. It's a mixture.
It's already a cocktail.
Yeah, essentially it's already a cocktail. I forget what it's mixed with. I think it's whiskey and something else.
Bourbon whiskey. No, bourbon whiskey.
That was bourbon mixed.
Made primarily from corn. I think whiskey is probably primarily like wheat. Maybe. What is bourbon? So it's bourbon whiskey. So what is whiskey? Whiskey. From just grain mesh. So I think bourbon is just mainly corn, and then whiskey is just the mesh. It's kind of like mezcal and tequila. Bourbon is tequila, and whiskey itself is just mezcal.
Yeah. Okay.
Different types of grain mesh, if you will.
So I'm a bourbon, whiskey. I guess because they're both the same thing. But
not gonna lie. This fucking mead doesn't do shit for me now. I think it's old, or I'm just an alcoholic. Nah, I only drink on the weekends.
I think your tolerance went a little bit up.
That's bad. It's like I'm gonna need something stronger. Where's the grain alcohol? No.
That's when you know your limit. Like, hey, how far do I want to get to that limit, and where is that limit?
Yeah, and I suppose like smoking some nicotine in the beginning of the day. Like I try to wait 30, 40 minutes within a DoorDash or like driving to like take a puff of my nicotine, and I get that buzz, that nicotine buzz. So there is some truth to that. As far as alcohol though, it's like, yeah, if I drink some tequila, it would be stronger than obviously wine. But on the same note, it's like do I really want to spend more on tequila or wine just to kind of feel something?
I go with wine. Well, for me, I just want to mellow out, and a good 1 glass of wine, and I'm happy. Maybe 2 that I want to feel fancy. And,
I just want to feel fancy.
Really? Then go with the second one. Yeah. But overall, I'm a wine guy. I go with tequila and a Sprite, or tequila and a mixture of anything, just to, if I want to get drunk, if I want to get that high level of drunk.
Well, yesterday I wanted to get fucking drunk, and I took like 2 shots, but then again, I don't think I'm taking a shot of the tequila in there, because I just do whatever, like eyeball it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's half a shot, but maybe, I wasn't that lit.
It's usually 5 seconds.
Then it's definitely half a shot. Then I probably took a shot overall the whole night, and I wanted to get pretty fucking lit, but it just wasn't connected. It wasn't connected.
Sounds like you needed more than one then, yeah.
Yeah, well the thing is, it's not my tequila, so I didn't want to piss off my dad. God damn it. I'm just wondering why sometimes...
But it always does that on the first one. It doesn't never do that on the second time you do it again.
Speak of the devil, what if it just stops right now?
We're about to see.
Bro.
But that's the conclusion I've came to.
See, now paranoia's striking in, and I want to see if this bad boy's recording. It's recording. Yeah, no.
They stopped 20 seconds in.
Fuck. It's like, fuck. Look, we gotta record some of it, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. I think it's just a bug or something. But, so going back to the literature that I was writing.
Oh, yeah.
So the lyrics, so we stopped at
the beginning. You only read 1 page, 1 paragraph.
I think we only read a couple lyrics, a couple stanzas, if we want to be specific.
It's about D chord.
No, we're in the lyrics. Sing me a song, you're a singer. Bring me your doer, you're a bringer of evil. But the devil is never a maker. The less that you give, you're a taker. pulling this apart, we see Dio states that the devil cannot create anything, which in the biblical corpus we see that Lucifer can only do what God allows him to do, which is wicked things through the possession of people. So, what do you think about that? Rereading that is kind of fascinating because I only read this twice, and so whenever I seen that, I was like, "Huh, interesting." No, yeah, because well, God created angels. Lucifer is an angel, banished from the heavens down to this world to take care or just kind of have control over this world.
What God did is gave him his own kingdom that he wanted,
which is the physical world we see now,
which is hell. The kingdom is hell itself, and he is able to manipulate man because he's not directly under control of God. You know, he is his own king, and so the earth is playing field. That's what free will exists.
Okay, so we're in the realm of free will.
A free will, correct?
Okay, and so in a psychoanalytic terminology, we would say that being in heaven would be doing the ultimate good with your free will. Being in hell would be doing the ultimate bad to everyone with your free will.
Correct.
Okay, heard that. Well, yeah, I mean, pulling this apart, once again, Dio philosophizes that when people do not give as much as they should, they are takers and consumers of people and things, which basically makes them a little bit possessive, or in this term, how Satan does wicked things by possessing people. And so if you the less that you give, you're a taker. You know what I mean? And I was kind of pondering that while doing a DoorDash. I'm all like, well, that could also be some other, like we were just discussing earlier about like objective knowledge or objective truth on someone's sense. Like maybe they're doing something wrong you deem wrong, but in their eyes,
it's right.
It's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was to man. I totally forgot it. I ain't gonna try to remember it. I was like, I usually go by the saying, but I forgot what we were talking about already.
The devil is never a maker. The less that you give, you're a taker.
Something. Oh yeah, the people who shared. Ah man, there is this because I listen to Alan Watts. Alan Watts, I agree with him.
Listen to Alan Watts.
And what he says is the people who strive for goody to be good are the stealers of those good.
One more time.
People who strive to be good are actually stealing from the good. And somebody should just naturally be good versus seeking to be good.
Okay, I think that's kind of in all respect to Alan Watts, convoluted and contradictory to free will.
I could be saying it. I
could be misinterpreting it wrong.
Yeah, because he said something in the similar that the goody two shoes are the stealers of true virtue. Virtue is what he was talking about. Virtue. Virtue. The seek of virtue is not virtuous, because being virtuous means not seeking it at all. It should come to you naturally to be this way versus.
Okay, so now we go into psychology terms. Well, you have to already know how to be good, because if you don't know how to be good, then you're deeming evil things that the majority deem as evil as good. So isn't knowledge learned? So you can't naturally just be good.
Yeah, you can't naturally be good.
In my opinion, I mean, if you have been following Alan Watts for a long time, they've had instead of
Alan Watts and virtue
on good virtue.
Yeah, or the Steelers, the goody two shoes, because it's so true. They go
behind the virtue. Inferior virtue is conscious. Okay, superior virtue. So I think you're probably implying if superior virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue, therefore it is virtue. Inferior virtue is a conscious of itself. This is from Reddit, by the way. So this is 4 years ago. This is a quote apparently from a YouTube channel. Here's his statement. Quote for quote: superior virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue, therefore it is virtue. Inferior virtue is conscious of itself as virtue, therefore it is not virtue. It is hooked on being virtuous. A tree excels at being a tree, and nobody knows how it does it. There is no way of imitating a tree, except only thing is to be one. And so if the same way when a human being shows extraordinary skills of something, it seems that it comes natural to him. It seems that he doesn't achieve it by any kind of artificiality. If there is some discipline in it, it is concealed. So excelling is something naturally, and yet it is something that is so difficult to understand that it seems that it has been done by magic in the meaning of this word, virtuous. Sadly, this is how verbal communication is. We just cannot communicate anything this complex without the use of opposite to which. So this is what I like to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this to AI.
I'll just get like
And I'm merely going to say, what did Alan Watts mean, per se here? What was the author trying to say? And I'll be honest, AI, this is a good, because it interprets things. So it says naturalness versus forced virtue. Superior virtue is a genuine and effortless. Inferior virtue feels forced and performative. Effortless mastery. True excellence often appears effortless when someone has honored their skills to such a degree that it seems almost magical. It's because of the dedication and practice that went unnoticed by others. Their mastery is so natural that it transcends the need to show off the efforts behind it. Authenticity. The core message is about authenticity. True virtue and excellence come from being your genuine self and allowing your natural qualities to shine through. It's about focusing on growth and development rather than external validation. So we're in a situation like that.
that's what I was trying to get
Yeah.
to. Thank you for pulling that up and explaining that further, because it was
Yeah.
about being true to yourself, and that should be you. Ultimate good.
Well, it's kind of like me. If I can take my own perspective, I wanted to fit in so bad with the pot smokers. I actually extended so far from what I actually am. I smoked more than them to show them, to seek some type of outward validation that I can fit with
Right.
you, but also I'm a little bit better than you, which was not the way. But I've also known to be intellectually inclined, and so that's where it come into this. It's like no one's gonna pay attention to psychology or therapy because no one wants to dive deep into it, but I find it fascinating. So I'm not seeking no validation from anyone. It's something that's true. Something is true to me.
Correct.
Something that is actually me. You know what I mean?
And that should be true virtue.
And that I feel like is superior.
Superior.
Virtue, superior virtue, but also mastery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a good.
So the issue today's world. I'm just gonna cut off real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue. I'm just gonna put this comment in. That's the issue with today's world, is people are under this false
inferior virtue.
What was it?
Inferior virtue.
Inferior virtue of seeking it because it's not in your core. You're just seeking
You just said it. Virtue signaling. They're actually not doing it from their heart. They're doing it to signal that I am virtuous.
Yeah.
Which is inferior virtue.
Correct.
But it's really not them. Like if it was really them,
they would be doing something else most likely.
Yeah. Basically,
who knows?
Basically, like when I was at Bubba's 33, I was just chopping shit up, right? And then someone commented on me merely cutting things with a knife. This dude commented, like, damn, you do that so fast. It's kind of like second nature. I didn't have to explain what I was doing. I just showed it. You know what I mean? It's like Gordon Ramsay going on Kitchen Nightmares and showing, like, all these fucking wannabe chefs that don't know how to cook, and Gordon calls him out. They're like, what does he know? I don't care about those stars. I don't care about this. I don't care about his accolades. I don't care about his mastery. He doesn't need to fucking show you those stars. He doesn't need to show. He's gonna actually tell you because he already knows deep inside that that is what that is what got him called upon in order to save this fucking restaurant that you guys did some horrible work on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares is amazing because
Was it Restaurant Nightmares?
No, it was Kitchen Nightmares. I'm watching it now, like just because I love Kitchen Nightmares, but it's also it's a good way to really know that, yeah, there's some people that are so arrogant that they've been doing something for so long, they think they're mastering. They think they're a master of cooking. They think they're a master at running a restaurant. And then he comes in going like, so you have no prior experience in running a restaurant? No, I don't. And then it pans to them, you know, the one-on-one fucking camera. I don't know what he's talking about. I think this restaurant is going really good. I think I'm the best. It's like, then why'd you call me? Like,
yeah,
every single time a restaurateur or a fucking owner of a restaurant goes like denigrates whatever Gordon Ramsay's doing there, it's like, why'd you call him?
Yeah, in the first place.
I mean, one dude was literally going like, yeah, I feel like this restaurant's great. My cooking, because he was also the owner and chef, I feel like my cooking's amazing, but we need to get asses in the seat. Well, there's no asses in the seat because the food's shit, the managing's horrible, and you've gone through like 6 servers in the last month. So your attitude stinks.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said in the previous podcast, if I remember right, was practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Just because you were practicing to be a chef owner and restaurant owner doesn't mean you're perfect at it or great. You fucked up. You kept fucking up bad, and now I look at the restaurant's fucked up.
You fucked up so bad you deem that as practice.
Yeah.
until an actual master comes in and says, no, you actually were practicing.
But I know how to throw a ball. You haven't hit the center at all the last 5 pitches, but I threw it.
yeah. No, it's kind of like a basketball player who practices.
Yeah.
Let's say this, ready? He practices doing threes, shooting threes for fucking 2 years. Okay, you're a mastery at that, but there's more to the game.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, you can't pass to another teammate because you practice solo. You can't even dribble properly, right? And you can't safeguard. You can't guard anyone. So already three lines of something that you can't do, but you can surely throw a 3-point, which we're gonna need if you were a brick wall.
Exactly.
Like only at the 3-point, and that's it.
That's your specialty?
Yeah. And there was some Kitchen Nightmares where some cooks could cook, but it was either bland, need seasoning, or just burnt. But the plating looked amazing and all this other stuff. So clearly there was some type of practice into it, but it was just put some salt, pepper.
Did you need
know
a
what
tweak?
I mean? The little tweaks there, you know. But this is why a master has failed more than the student.
Correct. I agree with that statement.
Way more than the student. He's a master for a reason. You came to him for a reason.
And the fuck ups he did, I did that 10 times already.
10 times over.
Yeah.
10 times over. You know what I mean? So like, there's that point. So continuing on, we have here, So then Dio is the hook. This is the hook. So it's on and on and on. It's heaven and hell. This is what I kind of got from it. The repetition of on and on and on emphasizes the cyclical nature of human experience. This concept resonates with Heraclitus' famous adage, Hati Panta Chari. Everything flows. This is just a philosopher. And this is what AI pulled up, so that's pretty interesting as well. Suggesting life is a constant state of flux between highs and lows, or from everything. And so, yeah, what do you think about it? So it's on and on and on, and it's heaven and hell. Oh well.
Yeah, we just live on, and hopefully, by the way you live, will get you the option that you want. It goes on and on.
But also with the negative and positive.
Correct. And hopefully, the life that you live will get you to heaven. But if it gets you to hell, who cares?
Okay, so you're implying.
It was like $8.
So you're implying.
It's in your room, by the way.
So you're implying that Tony, ladies and gentlemen. So you're implying that heaven and hell is the physical. It's kind of like the right after. right? Because I'm thinking heaven and hell is you create your own heaven, you create your own hell while here.
Really?
And the on and on is actually like second per second, minute per minute, hour per hour, the actual day. Yeah.
My interpretation was south. Doesn't matter where you end up as long as what you are in now goes on and on.
Okay, heard that. Elaborate. Because I would like to elaborate on my interpretation.
Well, it goes on and on. Live the life that you live the life that you want. It's gonna go on. The clouds are gonna keep going. Trees are still gonna grow. Everything's gonna keep going. Don't let nothing stop you from going forward. Life is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if you end up in hell or heaven, doesn't matter. You're gonna end up in either or. So just live the life you want.
So live in the quote unquote now, which I think Alan Watts kind of was a prominent speaker of that. Living in the now.
Living in the now.
Hinduism, basically living for the now. So dissecting this even further is I like to take everything. I love time, Father Time, right? And so on and on and on. It's like, well, the hour prior could either be the same as the next hour, if you let it. If you let it, I can easily do 3 DoorDashes within the same hour, but then the next hour could be 2, could be 5. You know what I mean? But the feeling that I have within those hours, it was either heaven or hell that I created.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to treat every single thing with a positive note, a heavenly aspect. You know what I mean?
Someone left the fucking freezer open.
Someone left the freezer open.
I can see that aspect coming around.
And so if we do live in the now, why not savor the now and try to make it as heavenly as possible right now? Because taking your note to it, yeah, who knows if you're gonna end up, down, in the void, taking the stages of hell with what's his name? What was that game about the stages of hell?
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno, the
Based off
great
of a book.
commedia.
It was based off of
Yeah.
Okay.
The dude that wrote it was a prominent philosophizer that took a lot from Plato.
Yeah, that guy. Dante's Inferno was a fantastic story and video game and movie.
Oh, dude, I literally went through a whole 2 hours dissecting Dante's Inferno, and it was Dante Alighieri. It was just his journey through hell and the layers, basically, and what are those layers?
Think of SpongeBob. 7 characters, 7 deadly sins.
Oh no, there was more than 7. There was 9 circles. 9 circles. So it was
last hell split up into 2. Where
when you
devil
met
actually,
devil.
is the last.
You met Saturn, limbo, lust, gluttony, avarice.
Adversary?
No. Avarice and prodigality.
Huh?
The miserly and spendthrift push great heavy weights together. Okay, circle 4 is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's probably I think that's when a businessman takes advantage of somebody because they're constantly pushing rocks above the. That's not a good represent. Let me get a different fucking picture, dude. This one has too many complicated words.
It was greed. Maybe it was greed.
Limbo, lustfulness, gluttonous, greedy. I think it was greedy.
Yeah.
Wrathful, heretics, violence, fraudulent, and treacherous. Which is why fraudulent. I mean, it's almost to the end of hell. Is betrayal. I think betrayal is at the very end. Treacherous. I think betrayal, because if you betray a friend, that's fucked up. But then we don't talk about the ultimate person betraying yourself. You know what I mean?
Suicide.
Career suicide, Oscar.
No, just regular suicide. I read the Bible.
Oh shit.
Career suicide does not dictate that.
Wait, you've read the Bible?
I never opened one page of it.
Me neither. I'm only going off of what Jordan Peterson psychoanalytically dissected from Genesis, Exodus, and also watching a couple of gospel videos with Cliff. And Cliff's videos are always the shit. They're always eye-opening. So yeah, it's on and on and on here. So the lover of life is not a sinner. The ending is just a beginning. The closer you get to the meaning, the sooner you know that you're dreaming. Dio states that merely living life for its moment is always an opportunity to make your dream into reality, and you can never sin, since you can always repent and move forward. Also, if sleep is the cousin of death, then perhaps Dio is suggesting that when you sleep, it could be the end, so make the day a new beginning. So it's kind of like how I referred to back is kind of like not the whole day, but definitely every single hour could be a new beginning. You know, not the same as the last hour.
I have a coworker I work on the weekends with. He is not from India, next to India, but he's Indian.
Okay.
I don't know, but his name is, I forget his name. But he said one day I got in Saturday. I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm tired. It's gonna be a long day." He goes, "No such thing." Well, sorry for my accent.
No such thing as date.
Yeah, no such thing as a long day. It's gonna be a good day. You make the day that you make it. You know, it's like so you can only make the day that you make it.
Heavenly
so
or hell.
It's a good day. It's a good day, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, yeah. Like if you say it's a bad day, it's been a hellish day, right? Hellish in the sense that there was probably good aspects of the day, but it wasn't true, you know, fucking hell. But then it, you know, if it was a good day, oh, it seemed pretty heavenly, you know, because those are the most extremes, heaven and hell. You know, I mean, those are the biggest extremes.
More in here?
A bit more.
Yeah, there's a bit more in there. Could be one more glass.
But no, yeah, I mean, yeah, Indians. I mean, when summarizing this, AI decided to say,
Cheers.
AI decided to state that yeah, there's some aspects of Hinduism, basically karma and like reincarnation. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, reincarnation.
What's stopping people from saying when you sleep and you wake up, you're reincarnated from the day prior?
We're based too much on scientific reality,
Objective knowledge,
objective knowledge, or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're too focused on that. That they cannot believe that could happen because it'll get ridiculed and made fun of if they do.
So being inferior virtue.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically validating,
Getting
always
validated
from other peers.
Yeah.
Right. And so like you're always going like, well, if I do this, what's that person gonna think of me? It's like don't think that.
Just do
Literally
it.
just do it.
Just do it.
Nike, sponsors of this video and this next. No, I'm just kidding. Nike. And then he goes into saying fool, suggesting that people that do not understand this life is worth what this life is worth are wise. So the people that are very pessimistic, you know what I mean, and don't really just kind of just are moping around like every day's a bad day.
Yeah.
Gothic. Oh, I always think of that. Yeah.
See, I like to think I'm positively Gothic.
Okay.
I was like, I fucking hate life because I know life could be great.
So it's a justified Gothic.
Correct. Justified Gothic. I'm a JC.
Okay.
JG.
Ah,
JG.
Jesus Christ. No. Okay, but you said, fuck. You just said. So you said you hate what?
Life. I hate life because I know it could get better. It could be better.
Oh, because it could be better.
And it will be better.
Okay, heard that. I just seen this one fucking YouTube short.
Because it will be better. It's not could. It will be better.
So this guy said, and this is what I want to do in our meeting, is I'm going to hand out a piece of paper, and I'm going to say list out 10 things that you would love in your life today.
What has to do with that with business though?
List out 10 things that you would love right now. Because if you start a business, you want success. Within that, okay.
3. Blowjob number 2.
But in all seriousness, if you list out 10 things that you would want to accomplish within the next, let's say, year, and then after you list out those 10 things, because it's very hard to just pin out 5, because you think about so much. Now you have 10 things. Now pick out the one thing. Once you pick out that one thing, make an explorational map that's gonna get you to that one thing, and then you're gonna feel so accomplished after you complete that one thing. You're gonna move on to the next because now you have a list. So if you do not accomplish that one thing, there's only one person to blame. There's only one person to blame because you did not accomplish
God.
the one thing, but 10. And no. God damn it. It was very good. It was a very good YouTube short, and it was from a successful entrepreneur. And so it does have something to do with some business because you have to have the mentality of a businessman.
If you don't write it down, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because I'm sure, like you can think of 100 things right now in your brain, but then once you, because I did this, I listed out the 10 things that I want in the next year, and at 5, I was like, shit. Literally at 5, I was like, wait, what? Like realistic, actual things that I can attain in the next year.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, wait, why is this? Like earlier, I had 100 in my head, but now I'm at 5, and I'm drawing blanks here.
It kind of reminds me of the book Scarlet Letter.
I never read that.
Never read that.
Everyone talks about it though.
It was a curriculum book that you had to read in. So maybe it was
Your curriculum.
Yeah, it was my curriculum that we had to
Your
read
curriculum.
because it was like in a part of the 9th grade, or believe it was in high school.
Life is a beautiful adventure. Brought to you by Dollar Tree's Coffee.
But you know the basis of it, right?
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll give you a quick synopsis, a quick little brief down. This is a bitch who's pregnant.
That word was used correctly.
Is it a synopsis, like a briefing of what?
Let me double check you because I would love to use that word. Synapses. Yeah, no. The site of transmission of electric nerve impulses between two cellular nerves and between a neuron and
You
a
put
gland.
synopsis literature or something.
Okay.
Because, like, I swear to God, like, this is the synopsis.
It involves a conversation of 12,000 megawatts of electrical.
Huh. I need to do some. There's a word that means briefing with a synopsis.
A brief condensed state synopsis, Oscar. Synopsis.
What was I saying? Synopsis?
No, you said. Did you say synopsis?
I said synopsis.
No, you said synapses.
Synopsis?
Yeah, and all I had to do was go back.
All I had to do was go back. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I did. Because the first thing that I did was synapsis, literature definition. But then when I was thinking about the word synopsis, because I heard Jordan use it, it's synopsis.
Okay,
synapsis.
I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis.
Synapses were the neurons. Synopsis is what you're talking about.
I'm gonna give you a quick
It's condensed
synopsis
statement,
of Scarlet Letter. Is this one girl in town gets pregnant, and back in the day, adultery was frowned upon if you're having sex out of marriage. That was frowned upon.
Yeah.
So how did this girl get pregnant if she's not married?
Back.
So what they did to her was brand her with a letter A on her.
Oh, easy
So
A.
easy A. So everybody gets to know her that she committed adultery. At the end of it, ended up being the priest's son. It was the priest who fucked
A charlatan.
Yeah, it was charlatan. So what the priest did, his name was John, I think. His name was John. It could be another name, but at the end of it, his punishment was he needs to write down his name, agreeing that he did commit adultery and that he is the wrong person and something else. But he had to sign this document. He goes, I cannot sign that. Because it was a lie.
Yeah.
What they wanted him to sign was a lie.
Oh.
And he's like, I can't do that. He goes, why? He goes, just sign it and you'll be free. You won't have to die if you sign it.
Yeah.
But that's my name. That's what I have. If I put my name on this, it's going to be in record history of this false thing that I committed. And I can't have that. He goes, so he died because he did not write his name. And it goes back to the...
on a false reality.
Yeah, on a false reality. And it goes back to like, when you write something down, it makes it true. So you can say whatever you want. But when you write it down, that's why people have issues writing things down. That's why it's difficult to write a story or to write a paper. Because when you're writing it down, you're slightly making it true to you and to the world.
Interesting.
So you want to make sure your true is correct.
So I have a friend that I suggested to her she should write a diary because she's going through some stuff, right?
Mhm.
And I'm all like, well, why not try a diary? Because I think of the podcast as a digital diary.
Right.
You know, when I do it solo dolo, I'm just going through my day, kind of releasing some steam. And she's like, yeah, I do that in some type of way. I'm like, okay, good. You're on some sort of path, right? But for some reason, I have a journal myself, and I write down all my ideas, quotes that I love, and so yeah, in some sort of sense, that's true. Yeah, like it's reality now because I wrote it down.
You wrote it down. You made it true.
And also a biological sense. You're using so many different functions, motor functions.
Mhm.
You're writing, you're processing.
You're gonna remember
You're also
it.
analyzing at the same. Like you're doing so much when writing down. You're not just writing something. No, you're moving so many single like when they did your foot, when they did surgery, they needed a professional foot doctor.
A foot doctor.
What do they call it?
Pediatrician?
No, not pediatrician. I don't know, but it's a foot doctor.
It's a foot doctor who specializes on the muscles of the foot.
Not only the muscles, but the nerves.
And the nerves, because he
How-
couldn't
do you know
damage
how
it.
many
You gotta
nerves
move it around.
there are in the hand?
It's how we feel, so I would say a lot. It's hard to count nerves as well.
But this is why, like this is why. Okay, it says there's only 3 main nerves, but I thought there was more. I'm pretty sure there's so many fucking nerves.
It's gonna be hard to say because it's like 5 for sure. One main one split up into 5. It splits right here.
Those are big nerves, but there has to be because that says 3 main nerves.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's way more within the hand. It says the radical, the median, and the ulnar, which are basically the big veins you see.
Yeah.
But like we're not talking about what's in between the meat. You know what I mean? Like there's nerves in between the muscle, there's nerves in between the fat, there's nerves in between the skin, there's nerves in between all that good jazz. And so the things that cause it to move are doing something when writing.
You might be talking about bones. There's more bones in the hand than there is any other one. You got like 17 phalanges, or a whole bunch of phalanges. Your hand and your feet have the most bones. That's where your most bones are at. Your hand and your feet. I want to say your feet has the most bones though.
Just gives me main nerve. Like why do I need to know about the main nerves?
Maybe that's all the nerves there are in there. They get split up into many different ones.
Complex, intricate, fascinating. 27 bones. The hand. Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. 27. Yeah, bones. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah,
That's a lot, man. 27
bones. Well, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it just. I feel like it attests to the theory of like, you're moving bones, you're moving nerves, you're moving, you know, and you're also analyzing what you're writing. You're also comprehending what you're writing. You know,
It takes everything
makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that. Scarlet's letter, bro. Jesus Christ, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
And like I said, the only thing I took out of it was the end part. The ending, which was like, yeah, his name was really that valuable. It's what you put on paper is real valid.
Yeah.
And
always read when you're about to sign. You know what I mean?
Always
Because clearly he didn't sign it because he read it.
No,
So it's like lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, he had to read it and
He
say,
read
I
it
can't
and
agree with
explained
it
it, yeah.
because it's false.
Correct.
It's kind of like a lawyer going like, this is your, what is it? What do they call it when a plea deal? This is your
Plea
plea
deal.
deal. So
But they
you're
didn't do
pleading
it.
guilty. Yeah, but this is the only way. They already, the jury is a 90% chance that you're guilty, even though I know you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Evidence is stacking, you didn't do it. But this deal is gonna say, and so it's like, I don't wanna do it. Okay, so now you're justifying that this plea deal is false. So now there's not even 50, just because the jury says you're guilty doesn't mean you're guilty. And we've seen so many cases reverted back because true evidence came out. And so there's already, like, because you didn't sign it, there's a 50-50 chance now that if we stack up even more evidence, we can get this turned over.
Revolt. Yeah.
But if you sign your name on
It's
something
over.
that
That's
you know
guaranteed.
is not true, it's solidified. You're gonna serve the time,
No matter
less
what.
time. You know
You're
what
gonna
I
be
mean?
branded that.
But no, yeah, there's a lot of mob stories. You know, like I was part of them. sure, I didn't do anything. What evidence do you have?
That's what you could prove in court. Is what
That
matters.
guy was found in a lake with my fingerprints? I was in Chicago. That's in New York, bro.
I don't know how. Yeah, exactly.
On what date? Yeah, I was with my girlfriend, dude.
Check the cameras.
Check. Yeah. Yeah.
Check the cameras.
Check the cameras. Let's keep going on here. Well, if it seems to be real, it's illusion. For every moment of truth, there's confusion in life. Love can be seen as the answer, but nobody bleeds for the dancer. We can infer that something real may not be objective knowledge to someone else, causing confusion within the interaction. Even if you do not agree with someone's truth, it is best to love them, but know they might not reciprocate it if you proceed on with taking the high road. So I feel like I dissected that pretty damn good.
See, I might have misinterpreted myself. I took that as nobody bleeds for the dancers. To me, that was interpreted as the working class.
Whoa.
The working class doesn't get enough benefit as everybody else, because somebody else was getting benefit over the dancers. It was like the word before that. And it's like, this guy's getting all the praise, but the moment nobody wants to give the benefits of who actually built it. It was a guy who had the idea.
Right. In the context though of no, yeah, I think yours is justified. I guess I'm still looking at the concept of the self.
Yeah.
Like just the self, not really in the context of like capitalism.
And that's where my mind went to, and that's where
straight to capitalism.
Yeah, it was straight
I
to
guess for
capitalism.
bleeds for the dancer is that reciprocation. Is that like you can dance along the lines of being honest, following the golden rule, treating them with true love, but they're not going to bleed for you, which is obviously the ultimate vulnerability. Like blood has been used for centuries in order to signify that you're real. You know,
bleed for a company that will replace you tomorrow.
I'm gonna slice my hand. We're now blood brothers. Here's a slice of my blood, a drop of my blood. I'm now part of this Ku Klux Klan. I don't know, but blood has been used for so long to represent that you are a true believer in something. And so if nobody bleeds for someone that's following the lines and the steps it takes to be superior virtuous, yeah, I feel like that was my interpretation of it. And also, if it seems to be real, it's an illusion. For every moment of truth, there's confusion in life. Yeah, you know, if everything's an illusion, if you disagree with someone or they disagree with you, they will call you crazy, which you know, in some sense, is like you're hallucinating or it's just an illusion, and that would cause confusion with someone that disagrees with you, highly disagrees with you, because they'll try to pin their reality on you, but you're doing it in a good, hopefully in a good moral standpoint.
Random, it reminds me of a joke what you're just saying now. It goes, there's this guy walks into a coffee shop.
Two guys, one hand.
Just one guy walks into a coffee shop, and he taps the guy in front of him and goes, "Hey, are you crazy?" He goes, "Jesus, no." He goes, "How do you know you're not crazy?" "Because I'm not crazy." He goes, "Where's your card that says you're not crazy?" "Why would I need a card?" This guy opens up his wallet, whips out a card, says, that got indicted into a mental place, and goes, "I got a card that says I'm not crazy, that's why I got free."
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, damn, how did we not know we're not crazy unless we've been psychologically analyzed saying that we're not crazy?
Therapy is a good judgment.
Yeah,
Therapy is a good judger of character, I suppose. You know, if you're having a difficult time walking through these steps we call life, see a therapist. You know, because if someone somewhere is calling you crazy, it's a 50-50 chance. But when 4 people call you crazy, listen.
Let me just check. Let me just see. There's nothing wrong with it. I've been to therapy.
If 4 out of 4 women say you probably have something, I would probably go check.
Yeah.
I would probably go see someone and get checked out. You know what I mean? Like those women that say, "Yeah, have you been checked out? Have you been checked?" So I'm like, listen, sweetie, all 28 females I've been with said no. So I think, yeah, but what if they're lying? Boom! All of a sudden, fuck, maybe maybe I have something.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I haven't received a phone call saying you fucking motherfucker before, so.
But that's the thing. It's like, oh, if you're so confident in me saying I don't have anything, why didn't you get checked out after we fucked? To prove me wrong.
Exactly.
That's crazy though. That's crazy. Trying to convince someone after you fucking smash to go get checked to see if you're wrong, if you're doing it.
What?
Like, no. But what if that was like 6 guys before me? Oh, wait a minute.
What do you mean?
Yeah. What if? Okay, so if a girl really did get checked out, hypothetically, got checked out because under the pretense that you said go get checked.
My questionnaire.
Yeah.
Okay.
My questionnaire. She said no. You guys smash, and she says you might have something. Go get checked.
Lying
Well, hold up.
bitch.
You lying cunt. That's not true. Go get checked out for us.
Yeah.
If you want this dick, go get checked out.
That
She gets
hurts.
checked out. She gets tested. She's positive for something. Now she says she blends it on you, but then you come back going like, what if that was 6 guys prior to me? And
I
maybe
still
you've
would
had
check.
it for a minute, and now you gave it to me. I know I didn't have.
I'd be more than happy to prove you wrong, bitch. Then go get checked right now.
And then you get checked out and you haven't. It's like, you gave me that. But what if that was 4 girls prior? You know what I mean?
And
so
then
it's
stop
kind
the
of
fact that I did give it to her.
this is just a PSA announcement for everyone to go get checked.
Nothing wrong with
You
getting
never,
checked, get
especially
checked.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, you really don't know what a girl goes through at the club,
No.
bro. They can easily suck a guy's dick, get herpes that night,
It is
and say I
transmitted
never
as well.
had herpes in my life, or get smashed in as little as 30 minutes. Go back to the same club with her girlfriends and say I don't have anything, but that night you fucked a guy that was riddled with fucking everything imaginable. So you never know. So this is a PSA to go get checked. Gwen, Joe, you fucking cunt! He didn't close the door. Yeah, for some reason that outside door. Wait, are you going back outside? Oh, it's something. But for some reason that metal door doesn't close all the way, and so you have to close the. So you were going back outside. Fuck me, right? Now I'm the asshole.
You're the asshole for closing the
See,
door
I'm
after
the
they opened it.
asshole. Yeah. See that? And there it is. There's the closing door. Fucking hell. Be patient.
Be patient.
It
is a virtue.
And where's the virtue? My lesson.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's continue on here. They say that life's a carousel spinning. So this is where it gets heat. This is where it gets hot. They say that life's a carousel spinning fast. You gotta ride it well. Living in the world can go. So dissecting that. So they say that life's a carousel spinning fast. You gotta ride it well. I interpreted this as living in the world can go by fast. So make it every moment count. Very simple.
Yeah, simple.
Very simple.
Life goes on, live it and live it well.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Put your hands up.
Have fun. Have fun in the moment.
You ain't
Everything you
gonna-
do, have fun. So if you're in a wasteful job, listen.
You're in the job. You have.
But I have a job door dashing. But I love every moment of it. I get to meet new faces. I get to see the faces of the customer that get their food. I get to get tips that could be worth, like, it could jump up because of, it has a plus sign on the DoorDash. I could get an extra $3, and that could make my day.
Oh yeah.
But there are some people, unfortunately, that clock in, clock out. That's life. There's nothing else.
What
left.
job would dictate that? Clock in, clock out type of job.
Definitely my loss prevention job. When I was at Ross.
How would you be able to benefit to make it positive?
A positive,
Yeah.
just the interactions that I'm a very extroverted person. So the interactions I had with the women that were there, it was a different day, but 80% of the time it was the same. 80% I wasn't having fun. 80% I'm greeting people in and out. I'm the doorman. You know what I mean? For a lot of people, like, I would love your job. You're just yeah. Like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like I could have, if I wasn't smoking at the time, I would have easily taken that accolade of security for a year, go for another security job.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly that could have been the new adventure of a lifetime of, actually, being a security guard and wanting and having the potential to stop somebody. You know what I mean? But it brought, like I said, 80% of the time it was kind of a negative experience. So like I said, You know, like I didn't say. Dio said, "Life's a carousel, spinning fast. Make it fucking count, guys." So the world is filled with kings and queens who blind your eyes and steal your dreams. It's heaven and hell. Now, this I didn't interpret. Dio actually had an interview in the VH1 called "Heavy: The Story of Metal," where Dio states that all that line right there. The world is full of kings and queens who blind your eyes and steal your dreams. It's heaven and hell. Basically means that beware of people who try to blind your eyes with promises. If you have those dreams, don't let anyone rob you of those wonderful ideas that you have by stealing them and putting them in their pocket and leaving you lonely by the side road. He continues to philosophize on why you shouldn't listen to people that shun you from following what you truly believe in, and they'll tell you black is really white, the moon is just a sun at night, and when you walk, okay, that's the next one. But what do you think
about his interpretation?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, it's coming from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's true what it is. There's people who can be falsely blinding you to benefit themselves. So watch out for those people and stay true to yourself. And there is no such thing as a bad idea. If you have a good idea to you, make it happen and make it a reality.
Boom. Make when people really like successful people, and everyone wants to has their own interpretation of success. Oh, it means it doesn't mean money. It just means being happy right now. So like, listen, I think success is definitely living in a nice mansion or estate with a sense of not worrying about money when the people saying it's all about the now are worrying about money. And so if you eliminate that, now you have the chance to follow even more dreams that you should have pursued. You know, that's what Ramsey's all philosophy is, you know what I mean, is taking care of the debt. Because the first baby... No. David Ramsey. Ramses. It's Ramses. Jesus Christ, man. You took that so far off. With David Ramsey, I think baby step 1 is like making a budget. Baby step 2, which no one ever, like, a lot of people stay there for like years because it's literally the second step out of 7. Taking care of the debt. Before you even put $1,000 in a fund, that's baby step 3 is putting $1,000 in an emergency fund. Before you even think about an emergency fund, think about the fucking debt you just accumulated. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm still accumulating. I have not learned because I'm still taking student loans.
Ooh.
Ouch. But I know that with this career, I'm going to be making enough to suffice to pay that student loan off, and I'll start my journey hopefully in my not late 30s, but early 30s, to where if the statistics that Ramsey proposes that within 10 years people see themselves as a millionaire with this program, there could be some facts. There could be some facts. You know what I mean? I'm down to be a millionaire in 40.
Nothing wrong with that. I thought I was going to retire at age 30.
Ouch.
I had a business plan set for myself.
But did you have a map?
I did map it out. I laid it out.
Was it realistic?
To my knowledge, it was.
Okay.
What changed that? Me ripping it up and throwing it in the trash and saying no.
So you already fucking flunked out of your own plan?
100%.
You did that.
I did that.
No one else. You can't blame your girl. You can't blame accent. You can't blame career. You can't... Oscar.
I was like, I did have it.
Failed.
And I threw it away because I was like... and I still do stand by this.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
And I'm slowly changing my state of thinking. Now living through life is... I want to carve my own path. I was so adamant of carving my own path that I felt I struggled more carving my own path, that now I am taking advice on how to actually make a machete and how to make a axe or something.
In order to carve that path even
correct, easier,
better,
more sufficient.
easier, sufficient,
more sufficient,
more sufficient. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was about to, like, as soon as you said it was hard to carve your own path, it's like, well, duh. I was just about to insert like, well, duh. It doesn't, like, Man versus Wild. He was like grinding to make a fucking kayak out of like a fucking wood trunk or something in like the wilderness. You can do it. It's hard, but at the same time, why wouldn't you want fucking hacks? Why wouldn't you want a fucking professional, shaver. But who would give you those tools if not other successful people?
And that's what I got my first $4.
I think this is where, hopefully, it's like, would you listen to a homeless man? We've always debated
I will
that.
always listen to a homeless man.
Okay, I think
And
we're
I'll
still debating.
I will still listen to a homeless man. The reason why I'm listening to these books is
Not these books. Oh, you're reading. Oh,
I'm gonna be reading.
You said
I'm gonna
you're
be reading
you
these
said you're gonna
books.
be reading books.
and I'm gonna take them and like, all right, bet I'm gonna try to apply them to my life. But I would never stop listening to a homeless man because he gives life lessons that books don't.
Because books give life lessons because it's reality, it's facts. You just stated that if it's not written, it's not true.
Yeah, but it goes back to like, all right,
I don't think
back
a
to
homeless
my.
man has written books.
But he's been in the wilderness. He's been surviving somehow, some way. This guy's still there. If I'm carving my own path in the jungle,
Is he still there?
He's somehow alive. He's not dead. I'm not listening to a dead man.
He's definitely
I
surviving.
am a book.
He's definitely doing the fundamental human thing, which is surviving, right? But is it a path that you would take advice and put in your back pocket and deem valuable?
If I know what not to do, I would deem that value.
I feel like this is where we go back to the anxiety preposition of so many different paths, right? And if you already know, in my opinion, if you have the one thing or a couple things that you know in your mind you shouldn't do, why junk it up with other things that other people did not to do?
When would that lesson? What if later in life that
Yeah,
path comes cross
well,
to
a
me?
couple of interviews I've seen on with entrepreneurs, like successful entrepreneurs that have like a couple of real estate homes and everything. Whenever they ask the question of, what would you change? Is there something you would change? They say nothing. I wouldn't change anything. So clearly they have a mindset of everything that I did led up to this moment, so why change it? But if I take that into consideration of a homeless man, everything that they did leading up to being a homeless guy didn't help jack shit.
Correct.
It didn't help. So why, if it's not helping him, why the fuck on any earth would it help me?
The moment I come across that path, I know what not to do.
Why cross that path?
Maybe that path will come across to you.
I suppose, giving the devil his due, I suppose seeing that of a millionaire who went bankrupt and is now homeless on crack says, I did too much gambling while being a millionaire and I lost it all and I lost my family and I went into drugs. But in my opinion, I felt like that was kind of common sense. You know what I mean? You shouldn't gamble if you can't afford it.
If it was common sense, then everybody would do it.
No, yeah, common sense is not common at all. But on the same note, it's like, why not take the negatives from an entrepreneur that's been through it instead of a homeless man? Because the internet is a popular source of information.
Yeah.
But life experience, that's life experience. I don't think you can get too much with the access of internet from an actual homeless guy that's probably on something.
Just goes back to what I was saying. It goes back to his life lessons. Because the way I see it, the way in my head, life is like branches on a tree. There's a lot of possibilities constantly.
It's perfect because we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, there's constant possibilities of choices. This rich man went down this left, right, took left, did this. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. What if one time because I follow my own path, and every person follows their own path, doesn't live the exact same life as somebody else. So they're going to have some diversity from somebody else. Mm-hmm. No matter how many books you read, you will never become the same life.
Yeah, the exact same person, yeah.
So, what if at one point in your life, without you knowing, there was a split between being the rich man and being the homeless man? A split that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it to you, it's just a choice.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know which path to take?
Mm-hmm. Well, the one that's most virtuous to me. I wouldn't feel like people choose to be homeless. This is why I think you disagreed whenever I said that it's a mental health issue when it comes to homelessness. They're not choosing to be homeless. It's because they just see themselves in that position for X amount of time and say, no, this is it. Like this is.
Oh, they
it.
take advantage of the system.
No,
So-
there's no advantage of anything. Like
They're
there's
taking advantage of the
where's
system.
the advantage of being homeless, not having enough food to eat, always being on the streets and dirty?
Okay, but put it into that aspect. What is the benefits of being homeless in America?
There isn't.
No rent, no worry, no anything. But you still have access to the internet. Government gives you Netflix. No, government gives you money.
They don't.
Homeless people get money.
Where?
If you search it up. Do homeless people get money? Where?
If homeless people didn't get money, there wouldn't be people on the streets.
No, it's because they keep getting. If that aspect is true, why do single moms are still single? If the government gives them money,
That's
Same
real.
thing as
No,
homeless.
No,
No,
You
homeless-
can't compare
they're
apples
the
to
same
oranges.
thing. They're the same thing. Homelessness and
On
single
live,
mothers
on live.
living on the government's tits are the same thing.
Women, you heard it here first. If you're a single mother, you a homeless hoe.
If
You're
you
a homeless hoe.
are a single mother
Oh my God.
and living off the government's tits, you are exactly the same as homeless.
But the thing is, they don't. I'm really curious if the homeless are receiving an ongoing support amount from the government. If not, is there government programs, etc. Moderator and there is nothing like UBI for homelessness. People where they receive an interval payment. There is a social safety net in the U.S., which includes various programs like SNAP, TNF, Medicare, disability, etc. Additionally, the government also provides some funding to nonprofits who assist the homeless people. So there isn't money coming into actual homeless people's pockets in order to quote unquote live better. There's money going to programs that help homeless people, but those programs don't add no value to a mentally ill person that thinks that staying under a bridge smelling like rot and taking some type of drug is virtuous for anyone.
Maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt of that. I guess.
There's nothing that they can provide in my life.
But
Now, I'm not looking down on homeless people. I'm actually kind of like, if I were rich, I would want to start a better program.
I wouldn't want to help them fuckers.
I would want to actually I've been thinking about this, is I would want to buy land and make my own homeless shelter.
Why?
Why? Because they're still human. There's still people that could at least.
That's the choices they made.
The thing is, so if it's the choices they make, why even dialect with them in order to not make the choices that they made?
Because it's a life lesson learned.
But wouldn't you just see them on the streets and say, well, that's a lesson in and of itself? Why go through the...
But you gotta dissect it. You gotta learn why. Go talk to them. Hey, what choices did you make to get this here?
Well, we can go by assumption, because
I don't live by assumptions anymore.
I live by fact.
Yes, sir.
I live by, oh, you're in the streets because you moved out of your parents' house and it just didn't go for you well? Yes. Here's $1. Thank you for your interview.
Yeah.
So why are you here? I'm an immigrant. I just didn't pan out. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person.
And that's gonna add some sort of path forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a path not taken. I don't know if there's a lot of...
And that is a life lesson learned going forward, teaching forward. Yes.
taking advice from homeless people. We can definitely dissect a little further in this. Would you be willing to receive life advice from homeless people? This is just a core. This is the question.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't take advice to invest my money from a homeless person, but a homeless person may be very well have a wealth of information about the simple mistakes one can make in life that led to their homelessness. Another answer. No, that's an answer. I just hate Quora how it just okay. Yes, you have and you do. You read their books, watch their movies, listen to their music, use their inventions, take their courses, like their social media. No,
Give me
that's
too
a
much
different
credit
question. Yeah, that's a different question.
You're about to read it.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Just because you live in a home does not make you a better person than one who is homeless. Maybe I am downplaying homeless people. Fuck them. They're in a situation.
I say fuck them. I say fuck them to hell.
Okay, hold
But
on.
there is life lessons in to learn with them that will prove you to be a better person.
don't. I feel like better is better, and so taking life advice from a better person makes me better. But taking a negative into my already positive attitude would not benefit.
See, I kind of.
It takes a black drop of ink in a clear amount of water to make it go black.
For my head now, I'm trying to put this a little bit religiously.
Go for it. No, go for it. We're here.
It goes like going, I fully believe in God without believing in the devil. If I follow God 100%, I will be God. I will be in God's footsteps. But the people who believe in the devil as well and know that they're around and he's around constantly are a better person than the person trying to be full of just.
Well, I think Denzel Washington made this clear. If you're doing something you're not supposed to, and the devil doesn't acknowledge you, you're doing something. You're not doing something right. And if you do something that the devil doesn't approve, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because if you're already doing the thing you're not supposed to do, then why is he acknowledging you? You're doing something quote unquote right. You know what I mean? But if you're doing something that he does not approve, you're doing something quote unquote wrong. So the devil's going to be closer to you because you're doing the right things.
So you need to know the bad things as well.
Well, the thing is, you're always going. That quote basically lies. If you're always doing the correct thing, the devil's always going to be behind you. It's your choice if you would like to turn around and greet him. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that quote was like a mindfuck because a lot of people said, "Ooh," and he said, "Hold up now." He said, "Hold up now. Listen." You know what I mean? Like, no, yeah, like he's like basically. I think we discussed this about death, holding him by the hand. Yeah. Like we're on death's time. Oh,
okay. Let me put another aspect.
Yeah.
I could kind of see. I could be going a little bit too religious in this, but what if the homeless people are devils? Would you would you completely ignore them, or would you ask them how'd you became this evil demon?
Well, this is why I want to open up a homeless shelter.
Because we are all prone for evil wickedness. It's constantly around us.
Yeah.
Devil's true. Devil's real.
Yeah, we always have a devil on our back.
Correct. So for me to outright abolish those homeless people, I give them the benefit of a doubt of a life lesson that they are able to give to us, and that is more valuable, I believe, in my mind, than any book.
Than any book, like just personal communication would probably be more beneficial than book. Because I feel like if we take the concept of if it's not written, it's not true, then that's personal truth. Because there's like thousands of books out there written by many people.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like if you want to read them, it's almost like there's thousands of homeless people. Do you want to garner that information? I prefer the books because at least someone decided to take the time and effort to write something down, get a publisher, get it published, and at least see what pans out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, a homeless person can easily be on something and tell you something else. You know what I mean? Why the fuck can I go back on my messages? But there was something I was talking about paying attention. A quote, really good quote, is from a neuroscientist who is a life not examined is a life not yet lived. And so if you don't take a step back, examine what you've done, then you're really not living. You're kind of just going through the motion. And so the point of paying attention is what is paying attention. So if we dissect that further, pain is sacrificing something of a monetary gain for monetary gain, something that you deem that can give you give something in order to get something, payment. And God delights in sacrifices. That's the story of Cain and Abel. One brother decided to put valuable sacrifices that he knew he can't live without this item, and so he gave it up, and then he got what he wanted. But Cain, the person that said, oh, well, here's something as a sacrifice, I can live without it, I know I can live without it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it doesn't really mean much to me. It's not really a good sacrifice. So God didn't give him. And so he rebelled, and said, fuck my brother, he's getting everything, I'm gonna kill him. And so his offspring were the first ones to create weapons of mass destruction. But also going back to the attention aspect, and that is basically garnering information that you deem as virtuous information, or at least an objective truth, because it can be backed up by facts. And so if you pay attention, you are sacrificing the time of death himself. So if we take the concept of always holding death's hand, because you don't know when you're going to go,
Right.
you're actually using death's time, not your own. And so you are sacrificing death's time in order to get something of virtuous facts in order to help you move on to the greatest goal, to the most greatest goal. So paying attention is virtuous in the sense of, you can just listen to somebody and not pay the attention, and so you didn't sacrifice anything. Your brain's not going to acknowledge it was actually, true knowledge, and so you're just not going to use it. And so I like to pay attention to the successors, like the actual successful people, philosophers, psychologists, entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and so I will never pay attention. So I'll never sacrifice death's time on someone that decided to waste death's time, aka homeless people, drug addicts, people that are just down in the dumps, you know what I mean? Kind of living day by day. It's like I'll definitely try to stray you away from that, because I'm from a second aspect person's point of view. It's like, you know what I mean? You could do better. You could, like, even if you're quote unquote successful in your own life, why can't we do better? Why can't we do better? Because this is just it. This is just it. I like it. I'm comfortable. Well, like, so many philosophers philosophized on comfortability, how it's the death of man, because you're so comfortable, you don't think about anything else,
Right.
about going forward, moving even more forward. You're kind of just stuck at that middle of a mountain, or like maybe you conquered a mountain and then you've seen the range of other mountains, or a bigger mountain, and didn't take that leap of faith and going like, well, let's see how high that mountain goes. You kind of just stuck at that same mountain, set up base camp. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? There's definitely nothing wrong, because on the same note, I also philosophized that perhaps you're just so comfortable to where you want to, now you're on that mountain, you're going to want other people, so community on the same mountain, same level, and then build an empire on that mountain, you know what I mean, or on that hill, on that ridge. And so if you build a big enough empire, then yeah, your ideas made you quote unquote successful, but you would live on with the regret of seeing other aspects of mountain ranges that you didn't conquer.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, that's the thing too. It's all like, because people see the big ranges of mountains and never conquer those, they live with the regret. They live with the anxiety. They live with the depression of, why didn't I go for it? You know what I mean? And so we go back to the aspect of, if you list out those 10 goals, there's only one person, to blame. So, but then you get all these people, woke motherfuckers, going, no, it's society, it's the government, it's because of this, it's because of that, And so this is why psychology is amazing, and sociology is just, never liked sociology. Like, the group doesn't make the person makes the person.
Oh, nature versus nurture.
Yeah, nature versus nurture.
Would you be the same person who you are, if we take that and threw you out in the Bronx? Would you be the same person, looking out for?
Now, definitely, like, as an adult, yeah. But if you were to put me in the same Bronx at like,
No, yeah, from the beginning of age.
at like 20,
Yeah, no, when you were a baby.
when I was a baby,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the same.
Are you because of your parents, or you because of your environment?
There's definitely a bit of both, but
Nurture versus nature.
and we just did that on developmental psychology, nature versus nurture, and I definitely pointed out nature, because my parents didn't teach me a lot of things. You know what I mean? It came to them with a school assignment. They didn't have too much educational background. They couldn't help. But who did I reach? Around my nature, around what's in the nature, other educators, internet, other friends that knew a little bit more.
Mm.
And so, was I nurtured? Yes, in an aspect of my main philosophy, my main way of treating people. But when we go to sociology, they kind of say, because of 10 people, you're going to take characteristics from those 10 people and you're going to treat people like that. Instead of those values, and this is just me saying this, instead of just the ways that you were brought up, so nurture, you're always going to treat people like that.
So you're nurtured.
Well, I take aspects of nurture and nature because Joe Rogan opened my eyes to a lot of different, philosophizers, doctors, educators, all that good jazz. And so I take a lot from that, but then at the same time, I never forget the roots of like my mom teaching me to treat other people the same way, my religion,
Right.
Hard work for my dad. Those are nurturing aspects, but it definitely, maybe perhaps,
It sounds like you're leaning more
because
toward
like
nature.
because of those aspects, I was able to learn from other people.
Correct.
Perhaps, I don't know, but
So-
also without the other people, I wouldn't be where I am today.
But you're still core.
Jordan
still
Peterson
nature.
took he had a big impact on me starting because I always wanted to be a social worker, but then seeing Jordan Peterson and how successful he's been, it's like, maybe let's go for the full ride.
Let me put this
Yeah.
to pretty much clarify my point versus nurture versus nature in your point of view. Because it sounds like you're on the fence, but I'm going to push you towards one end
Okay.
by this question.
Okay.
If you were born in the Bronx with my parents, with everything the same as here, this same exact house, but it was in the Bronx of New York, would that still have led you to Jordan Peterson at the age that you found him? Maybe a little bit sooner or something, but would it have still led you to Jordan Peterson and this psychological at the end,
Yes.
So you're nurtured.
Nurture. Damn.
You're
There it
nurtured.
is. There it is. Yeah. For some reason, obviously, like I'm only like 2 weeks, 3 weeks into developmental psychology, but there's the 8 steps of Erickson. So the 8 steps of Erik Erikson with a K, so not the original C. Erikson.
Oh, Leif Erikson.
Well, Eric does mean Viking overlord, so
Well,
bow down.
Leif Erikson was an actual person. He was the actual person who not discovered America.
Well, yeah, have
but
you
he
ever
was-
the meaning of your name? Have you ever searched that up?
Not really.
It's fascinating. Kind of like it's like those horoscopes bullshit.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
just those horoscopes.
Well, that's the
It's
thing. Like if you
signs.
believe a little bit in that,
Well,
look
no,
up the meaning of your name.
I was just doing a briefing of Erickson, of Leif Erikson.
Oh, Leif Erikson.
That
Yeah,
being an
the
actual
conqueror,
person.
yeah.
And he wasn't a conqueror. He was just a navigator who discovered America. A Viking.
Definitely conquered the 7 seas.
I think not really. I think he only took part of
AC.
Canada.
He's a conqueror, bro.
More of a navigator, discoverer. You don't think Christopher Columbus as a conqueror.
He definitely conquered the Native Americans. Divide and conquer, bro. I came, I saw, I came, I saw, I.
That's a reasonable debate.
Divi did Vici. I came, I saw, I. Conquered, bro.
But he didn't. Did he really conquer?
If you came, so you came.
What would you consider
came, so
conquered?
you navigated.
No, but what would you consider as conquered?
Definitely the abolishment of one culture in order to establish my own.
Done by one person or a group of people?
Definitely one, like the efforts of one man with one idea.
Then I would not say that Christopher Columbus conquered America.
What?
Maybe America
Conquer is a person who conquers.
A person.
Oh no, conqueror. Conquers. Overcome and take control of by use of military force.
Yeah.
Successfully overcome. Yeah, overcome. I think
He didn't do
that
a
was it.
military force.
No, but definitely overcome. That was the second definition. It's successfully overcome. And when you overcome an already established Native Americans, either Canada, Mexico, United States, you're a conqueror.
Okay, I'll give you that aspect that he is a type of
It's
conqueror.
not giving me anything. It's the definition.
It just when I think
It's the oldest one ever. I
But it
came, I
just-
saw Dimi Dirivici.
I know, but it just I won't consider him a actual big conqueror because he took over a couple
Okay.
villages.
Boom, bang. big conqueror.
But yeah, I guess
He's a little conqueror.
He's a little conqueror.
But still, a
Okay.
conqueror. All right, there it is. All right, anyways.
They just is a fucking conqueror.
Hey, listen. The biggest conqueror is definitely
Genghis Khan.
Boom! I knew he was gonna say that too. Like I knew he was gonna say that.
He's an OG,
That's the
bro.
biggest, right? That's like the
The guy I strive
yeah.
for. The guy I want to be.
Yeah, why not though? Infancy is trust versus mistrust. Early childhood, autonomy and shame / doubt. Play age, which is 3 to 6 years old. Initiative and guilt. School age 7 through 11. Industry versus inferiority. Adolescence 12 through 18. Identity versus confusion. Early adulthood 19 through 29. Intimacy versus isolation. Middle age 30 through 64, so that's a pretty big gap.
What are you talking about?
The 8 stages of Erickson's
okay.
psychology.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So infancy is trust versus mistrust, right? So you kind of develop, you either trust someone, don't trust someone. 0 to 1 years old. Early childhood 1 through 3 years old. Autonomy versus shame versus or doubt. So you get that either like, you're with the parents or they you're kind of just like shameful of existence. You know what I mean? You're always like looking wary and all that, very anxious. 3 to 6 years old is the play age. Initiative versus guilt. Take initiative on some activities, may develop guilt when unsuccessful or boundaries are overstepped. School age 7 through 11 years is industry versus inferiority. Develop self-confidence in abilities when competent or sense of inferiority when not. Adolescence is 12 through 18 years old. Identity versus confusion, which is, I feel like that's perfect. I agree. I definitely agree with that one. Experimenting with developing. Early adulthood, 19 to 29 years old, which we're seeing with Gen Z right now. They're in college. They're all fucked up. Intimacy versus isolation. They're picking isolation. Establishing intimacy and relationships with others. And in their relationship aspect, they just one night stands, sex for everyone. Don't keep your legs closed. No sex before marriage. All that good jazz. Middle age, 30 through 64 years old, is the so I haven't hit these two yet. Generativity. Damn, for how long?
Who knows?
Fuck, dude. This is, you know what? I'm just gonna record my shit and then upload them on the app because this is happening so many fucking times, bro.
Yeah, who knows how much?
Jesus Christ.
Because usually I've been noticing after 2-3 minutes. So. No, I think I saw like 20, 30, 40 minutes in.
Yeah, probably. I want to see how long this actual podcast has been going on. It's gonna be a long upload. We're at the 2-hour 26-minute mark. I think we have maybe an hour and 30 because of the fucking stops in the actual podcast.
Yeah.
So we're at generativity versus stagnation. Contributes to society or be a part of the family. Old age, 65 and onward. Integrity versus despair. Access and make sense of life and meaning of contributions or wisdom. So by 65, you already got a lot of information and stuff, so you'll probably be okay with the lessons that you've learned. So this is why I kind of take a lot from old heads rather than a homeless 35-year-old. Because he's still in the stage of figuring things out, and who knows? If he takes some good advice from a millionaire, he could be the 4th within a year. Because there's a lot of stories from entrepreneurs that go like, oh yeah, I had no money, and then I met someone, and he mentored me. And the next 2 years later,
That's all that somebody
I'm in a
needs.
Malibu
A good
house.
mentor. That's all we're missing.
The master and the student has completely been abolished within our society. Everyone's apparently a master of their own life, and it's like, yeah, but wouldn't you say that someone else probably walked a few paths the same and you could be at their level?
Just like that homeless guy.
Where? You've never been homeless?
No, I have not.
So why stoop?
To learn what not to do.
But you already made it this far. Why not? not listen to them? Because now you're stooping as low as you can go. The floor, the dirt, the bridge.
Because when I have a crossroad, I will
But
be
okay,
able to
so
eliminate.
you keep saying when you do have a crop, when you do have a crop, when you do have a crop. Where does this assumption that you will?
living my life.
But where does this assumption that you would probably go through that crossroad?
The crossroad that he might have gone? Because he lived life as a human just as I did, and all humans are able to cross each other's paths. So
See, I'm thinking about it like, when the fuck do you ever think of yourself as a homeless person?
Oh, exactly. I don't. But I was like, I would never see myself doing crack either.
Are you just being kind to them?
No.
Are you just being kind to them? Are you just giving your depth's time to these guys just
It's
to kind of lend an ear?
At the end of the day, like I said, it goes back to where I can't see how you cannot see there's a crossroad in the future. I feel like you're already in a set path, and no matter what, you're going to go this way. Without knowing there will never be a left or right or up or down.
So
choice.
crossroad. Millionaire goes to the same crossroad as a homeless man. Both take different paths. One went to drugs, one went to a mentor. Why wouldn't I listen to more millionaires that cross that same path? Because if we all cross the same path, as you're theorizing, then why not listen to more millionaires than even acknowledging a homeless man? Because perhaps you might find a millionaire that has the same crossroads as a homeless man.
What if? Because you could go either way. It's the crossroad.
But that's the thing. Wouldn't you want the way to be up instead of down? Because the homeless man did drugs, so that's down. That's the downward spiral.
Let's go left or left.
Left. So he went left, but the millionaire went right. But they went to the same intersection. Both of them lost all the money. One took on the position of a student to a mentor. The other one did drugs.
So you would choose right versus left.
The mentor.
Yeah.
Correct. So if you've gotten that from one millionaire, why even talk to other homeless people?
It goes back to one person. This is my personal view of things. I like to explore all possibilities. Two, it is fool to follow anybody blindly.
But we just talked about the same crossroads, and you just got objective knowledge that they crossed the same paths, right? But one went right, one went left.
Well, at that crossroad, by I mean it is fool to follow anybody blindly. It's like, okay, rich man, you made it through this whole entire maze by going this left, right, all this stuff, right? Let me put my blindfold and you lead me. Let me go left. I'm not even gonna think about going right as a homeless or
the
straight.
position of a student to a master is following it blindly. You don't know what the master knows, but you know that he's right because he's the master.
Yeah.
And the master has been through more trials and tribulations than the student, or the master was a student prior.
Yeah. Would you want to keep teaching a student who doesn't ask questions?
No.
He's following you blindly. He's not even questioning you. He is following you blindly. Dude, you're gonna fuck up.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you would ask questions to a millionaire, right? Because you want to be a millionaire. But you would only ask questions to a homeless man unless you want to be homeless.
I'm asking questions on everybody.
Because both are masteries in their own.
But I'm asking questions for both and everybody, though.
I'm getting deep on this shit. So to take your concept, you don't want to follow something blindly.
Yeah.
And so if you follow a millionaire blindly, he will lead you to water, to the waterfall of riches, right? Or success.
You would hope.
Not hope. He knows. He's the master. He's reached the mastery of success. You deem success, and so you want him as your mentor, correct?
I don't know. Because, like I said, I don't follow anybody blindly. I won't follow him just because of that. Because of his track record. I'm still question everybody around me and still virtue out to confirm his thoughts and his thinking.
Yeah, but what did you say? So his accolades mean nothing.
Not to me.
So if a student, so with me personally, if a student wants to learn accounting, he asks you a question on accounting, but he's there because of your accolades. That's why he asked the questions, and that's why he's following you. Wouldn't you, you know, lead him to water, the same position you are, to get his own client in order to account? Like, that's the end goal, perhaps.
Depends, because this is the issue that I have, and the false narrative that I have with rich people is that they will get you to the rich water, but they're not going to show you their secret hiding spot where they get their fishes.
Why wouldn't they?
Because then if you overfish that